I didn't know why everybody was sending that out and everything like that. And for you guys that just came online, I'm thanking people for sending the picture of face that was on Facebook. They sent it to me. I finally read it, and it was my wife's brother-in-law who sent it to me, and I read it on that day yesterday. On that day in 1988, I set an NFL record. I knew I had the NFL record, but I set it on that day. I had 45 carries in one game. I had 155 yards. So we were gaining some yards too. Okay,
Man,
we was getting.
Were you able to walk after that game? 45 carries.
Hey, Kellen Winslow. You remember that playoff game against the Dolphins? Right. That was me. Hey,
this man's got to go ice bath, hot tub, ice bath, hot tub, ice bath, hot tub.
So I did not learn until I was doing the TV show.
Yeah.
That it was a record, an NFL record.
Oh, damn, nice.
Wow. Now I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
That would have been an offensive lineman's dream.
It was great. It was
40 some carries. Don't have to worry about the pass rush.
One punt, brother. One punt.
One punt.
We didn't have to worry about I told him, you better take the day.
You pushing boys every play.
Exactly. We pushed them down the field.
That was 88?
Yeah, that was 88.
Was the Hogs still in place?
Well, a lot of the Hogs were still there. You know
Jacoby,
yep.
Bostic.
Yep.
Mark May.
Raleigh McKenzie.
And Lachey.
Jim Lachey. We made a trade. We traded Jay Schrader and got Lachey in the trade. I think we won that part.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was a quarterback for a tackle. And in them days, you want a tackle.
Right. And I got to know Jim. Mark May and we came out of the same draft class, 81.
Like I said, I thought you were younger. I'm just going to say that. Mark's going to be pissed. He's going to be mad at me. He's going to be mad I said that.
The same bat. We played the Japan Bowl together. And what I remember about Mark May is we were over in Japan. And when we got back, they were, going over everybody's bills, the incidentals for the
incidental, didn't they? Didn't the bowl play the incidental?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
And Mark had a telephone bill that was outrageous to his girlfriend back in the States. And we was like, holy cow, you better go first round to pay that phone bill.
Oh my goodness.
But I remember Ken Easley, all of us went over. Wait
a minute. You guys went to the Japan Bowl. Didn't you have like the Hula Bowl too? They had the seniors
Senior Bowl.
Yeah, you had the Senior Bowl.
The Hula Bowl, Senior Bowl, Japan Bowl. Well,
right.
Well, what happened was our senior year, Ken Easley was, he was touted. Everybody wanted Ken Easley.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go to the Senior Bowl.
Right.
So Kenny came to all of us and said, look, or he went to the Japan Bowl people and said, look, I got 2 or 3 teammates that, if you want me to come play in your bowl, they'd have to come with me. And that was Art Akers was a linebacker for us. It was me and Kenny, and I think Freeman McNeil might have went over there as well. And Kenny and Freeman were the 2 stars. They were bypassing the Senior Bowl, and Freeman, and they ended up going 3 and 4 in the draft. Freeman went number 3, and Kenny went number 4 in the draft. And then your boy I went later on in 5th round. But that was our Japan Bowl story with Mark May and there, man. We had a good time over there, man. A great time over there. Dude. And you went too, right?
Yeah, I went to the Japan Bowl, and we had some. It was off the chain for me, man. We had fun. I'm just gonna say we had fun.
We had fun too.
We had a lot of fun, did a lot of things.
I went back to back because the last game of my senior year at UCLA, we played Oregon State in Japan. And then awesome. that was like the end of December.
Dude, you put some miles in.
Yeah, no, the last game of our senior year, we played Oregon State in Japan. That was like December 5th. And then January 5th, I went right back to Japan the second time. Yeah.
You should have just stayed there. Shoot.
I could have. Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't have minded that.
No, I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, Japan was fun. It was fun. Got a lot of culture there. A lot of people running around. It was good. It was good.
We had a good. We both times we had a good time. And,
it was a good week. What you call it? The what's his name? What's the guy he played? He coached at he coached at Pitt, but he also coached down
Johnny
at,
Majors. Johnny Majors.
Nope. The other one, Jackie Sherrill.
Jackie Sherrill. Okay.
Jackie Sherrill and Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz was our coach, and Jackie Sherrill was the other coach.
Our coach was
Sherrill and Lou Holtz got mad at one another. They was gonna fight. Dog, they was about to get into it. It was something else. I ain't gonna lie.
So who was it when we went?
What?
When we went, it was the coach I just mentioned. What was the Pitt coach?
Johnny Majors.
Johnny Majors was one of the coach, and the other one was what was the old SMU coach that was crazy?
What's his name? I know who you're talking about. He's the military boot guy. What's his name?
He was from SMU. He coached SMU forever.
Yeah,
and they did pretty good under his tutelage back in the day. I can't think of his name.
Frank something.
No, you're thinking of Frank Kush.
Frank Kush. Yeah.
No. It was
okay.
SMU.
SMU. It's got to be the coach that went to the Patriots after that. Ron. Good job.
Yeah.
It's Ron. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he went to the Patriots after that. Yeah.
Right. He went to the Patriots.
One thing I remember about that, he came up to me during the week. He says, Lee, he said, you're a pretty good athlete for a big fella. He says, you ever thought about playing some defense? I said, I did go to UCLA.
Ron Meyer. That's
Ron Meyer. Ron, that was our coach.
I knew it was Ron. I got
right. And he came to me. He said, Lee, you ever thought about playing some defense? I said, yeah, coach. You're a pretty good athlete. He said, so I'm gonna play you both ways in this game. He says, I'm gonna play you at guard, which you know what you're over here for, but you're gonna play some nose tackle. That's just some of the NFL guys want to see you at nose tackle. So I played both ways in that game, a couple of series and that whole thing, man. So I had fun in Japan at the Japan Bowl, man. I had a lot of fun. That was a good time, and the food and everything. And there's a couple of universal languages that we all. Music is one of them, and the other one is the other one. Universal languages.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about, my friend. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just saying.
Yeah.
I knows.
Couple of universal languages.
You need to hire a PR firm to help their this one guy has destroyed it. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'll look into it, Brian Schwartz. Thank you for that. 7351. Got it. Right. I just read it. That's all I wanted to see what he had to say.
I thought you were about to give up the phone number. Be like, we ain't taking these calls.
I'm not taking no numbers. I just was reading what he said. Michigan needs to hire a PR firm to help with their brand. This guy has destroyed it. Meaning Sharon Moore has destroyed it. He's got a point. It does hurt the brand. The brand was everywhere when they was broadcasting that damn arraignment too. That broad was right. It was right there. It was right there in the corner. You see that? Right. Well, I thought we were just seeing it in Michigan, but then when my brother said, "Hey,
we seeing this all over the place."
Is that your coach?
Yeah.
Well, people have been chiming in already. I know there's a few people waiting to chime in on with me.
No, they writing in. See, they writing in. I mean,
they're writing it in.
They'll get you around 5:00 time. Don't worry. Yours is coming. Don't
Jamie
worry.
Didn't let him call in yesterday.
I know.
Hey, but thank you. I got some great pictures of CJ. I even recorded some of the songs the kids sang. So it was,
Was it Christmas songs?
Yeah, it's Christmas, but it was more gingerbread type. The kids built gingerbread houses. They displayed their gingerbread houses. And then some of the parents, not me, but some of the parents brought gingerbread men and everything like that.
Okay.
I participated in destroying them and eating them. So, yes, I was part of that. But it was nice to see it. The kids sang wonderful. I mean, if you love your child's voice, yeah, you love that. They sang great. They sang great.
And I told you I'm gonna have CJ on stage one day singing with me, man. CJ, we're gonna come up with a kid solo and let CJ come out and shake a tambourine or something, man.
There you go. And then he can do. They were doing the spinners things. Some of the people were doing some of that. Old school. I mean, it was doing some stuff. It was good. It was good. You know what? When you look at your 5-year-old son and you go, it's amazing that he made it through adolescence so he could go to school. So you're just smiling and saying, that's my boy out there. I haven't heard him yet.
All my kids are grown, but I'm in the grandpa stage now.
Yeah.
And yesterday, my daughter, her first child is like 8 months old now, and he's starting to recognize and everything. So she put him on FaceTime yesterday. And I had the greatest time laughing and joking with that young man. Man, oh, man. And I can't wait we're going to try to meet up next month. The Kenezy Memorial is in Virginia on January 17th. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the committee and everything, and I'm speaking and all that. So my daughters who are in Connecticut and New Jersey are going to meet me down there, and I get to see the grandson.
Nice. That's nice. Yeah. The girls are going to meet you down there. That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
what's new? You guys know what's new? You guys want to talk about what's new?
What's new? Man, you're the official mayor.
We said it. Meyer, right? Ron Meyer.
Yeah,
Ron Meyer. Yeah.
I just want to make sure because Philly E wanted to make. I'm going to give his acknowledgement. He buzzed in on my phone
already.
Yes. Oh yeah. You'll get yours, Larry. Don't you worry. I don't know if you saw this or whatever. The interim president. We have an interim president for the university. Everybody knows the whole Santa Ono, what happened and everything like that. He left and everything. That being said, he thought he had a job like Larry. Thought he had a son. He had a sunny job down in Florida. Didn't get it. I guess he couldn't get it. That's okay. I mean, whatever. So the interim president threw out a 3.5 minute long video following the termination of Coach Sherrone Moore. And he just said that the university is going to take up and do a total investigation of the athletic department. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to underscore that the university is committed to the campus culture of and respect, integrity, and excellence. That's why we took a decisive action last week to terminate the employment of Coach Moore, and we are continuing our investigation of Coach Moore's actions to uncover any additional materials or any information to assess whether there was maybe related misconduct by others. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and then they announced that the school announcing the hiring of the law firm Jenner and Block to investigate Moore's incidents. So that's a law firm out of Chicago.
Right.
They've used before. As a matter of fact, this law firm was used for President Slisso's termination.
Okay.
If anybody knows that this too was an affair that happened. Again, a superior, a underling supporter, and he had to be terminated too. His position had to be terminated also. Not his position, excuse me. We still have a president, but his job.
What's in the water out there, man?
Hey! Don't start it with the what's in the water out there.
What's in the water out there, man?
So I mean, look, we and it's gonna be good. Look, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's great.
It's
great to. I mean, always to check under the engine. See
sure.
What's going on, seeing if everything's running right. If anybody's got any problems, yes, let's do this. We're clean and we're ready to go.
Let me simplify it. You always must inspect what you expect.
Right. That's a great point, and I like that. And look, it's what it is, and we need to see now.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking like, oh God, they're gonna find something on Ward. Look, Ward Manuel has steered this ship, and he steered it for good, and some bad things happen.
Right.
Okay, but every time a bad thing happens, he's addressed it.
Mm-hmm.
So
he hasn't walked away from it. He hasn't covered his eyes. He didn't run and hide.
Right.
He has addressed it, made an assessment. He's fired the hockey coach when there was a bad thing in the hockey area. Juwan Howard had slapped a coach after a Wisconsin game.
Yeah.
Juwan was dealt with. He got dealt with. He didn't get fired, I'm saying, but he got suspended for the rest of the year of the year to play.
So let's think ahead and let's be cerebral. Okay, you're about to hire a new football coach.
Mm-hmm.
And this investigation is, not the investigation about the incident, but the new findings that you just mentioned by the president. So the new coach that comes in here needs to be squeaky clean. Or is he going to be vetted like that prior to getting here so that you won't have no other incident like this?
They changed the vetting procedure after the Shimmy Schembechler incident that happened. Shimmy Schembechler, the son of Bo Schembechler,
right.
He came in, he got vetted by another company, but they forgot what was on his Twitter. They didn't check his Twitter out. Right. Obviously, we have people that are always interested in the people that we hire. They found some what do you call it? Tweets.
Mm-hmm.
And, predominantly right side and different things like that said some things that shouldn't have been said.
Right.
If I was Shimmy, I would have made sure I had taken all of that out. He didn't. It got seen. We had to go. Michigan had to part ways with Shimmy Schembechler.
Well, see, that's the point of nowadays, man. There's so much you can be checked and double checked and found. Right. You might as well be open, honest, and that's the best way to be. Now we all make mistakes, and we all no one's squeaky clean. Totally, we all fall short, as the Bible says. We all fall short of the glory.
Exactly. No one's perfect. No one's
exactly.
No, exactly. So I'm like, but you gotta address it when it comes up. Be forthright with it and make sure you in ways you travel. You need to tell them how you travel.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I go. That's why I say you slow your roll.
Again, there is a new firm vetting. I say that it is a new firm.
Well, hopefully
it is in joint with the school itself. So
hopefully
they will trust this vetting more than they trust.
Okay, and hopefully it will be thorough, and it will.
I don't know if anything can be more thorough than what they have. Okay. But if it's not, then it's something they missed.
And that's all I'm saying. Everybody wants to jump down my throat because I'm saying slow down a little bit. All I'm saying is just do it right. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that once they find something that didn't work, they go and get something new.
Go get something new.
Right.
Yeah.
They go and get something new that everybody else says, oh, this is great. This right here. This is apple pie. You should do this.
I just don't want to hear when there's a job opening, and this time it just happens to be Michigan, that the same 4 or 5 names come up and everybody just jumps on the band.
Oh,
how many times have we heard Iowa
saying that for Michigan? You're saying that for
everyone.
See, here's the thing. Everybody knows who the top 4 coaches are. And they are going to go after those top 4 because they're showing their fans, they're showing their school, they're showing everybody around the country that are tree bark tech guys, the anteaters. We need that coach. We're going after that coach. We're not afraid of taking on anybody. That's why you get retreads. Now, if you're smart, you're also looking around and sniffing out, is there anyone new and
So let me ask
spicy
you
that
this.
can make things happen?
The retreaded names that's playing musical chairs, can
Yeah,
any one of
you're
can you
trying to
say any one of them will guarantee you a national championship?
No, there's no guarantee.
My
in
point
anything.
exactly.
No guarantee in anything. But I'm going to say this. If he can get you to that game, or he can help you win a Big Ten championship, or help you win, it's better than where we were when we were last time. If we're starting from with a new coach who we don't know about, who folks don't know about, it may not happen as quick. You just got to. And nowadays, you know as well as I do. Nowadays, you got 2, maybe 3 years, and then you're gone. And that's how it works. That's how it works in the NFL. That's how it works. You can't. That's why they go for the big names. So they're not looking at that. They're not looking at the smaller names because you're not sure.
Well, think about this.
Names, and they give you those years. They'll give you more year.
In 2 or 3 years, when that coach does not win you a national championship and everybody's ready to run him out of town, now because you have picked a name.
I think the line is making the playoff, but keep going.
You got a crazy buyout because you went after that name. You got all kind of other things that come along because you just went with a name. And who knows?
They don't have buyouts.
And in some of these cases, this is the 3rd or 4th opportunity for this guy who has not produced a national championship previously.
Because he's moving around. Lane Kiffin, you said it yourself. Lane Kiffin could, if he would have stayed at Mississippi, had a better chance winning a national championship this year.
My point exactly.
Next year. But you know what? They wanted him now. The problem is they wanted him now. And he had to make a decision. This was a personal decision based on, you want me now, either come now or don't come at all. And I'd rather to be there. Sorry.
And what I'm saying is, if a national championship was Lane Kiffin's real goal, he's been closer at a national championship where he is at Mississippi than ever before in his career. He'd have stayed right there. If he would have
stayed at Miami, if he would have stayed in Alabama when he was offensive coordinator, he would have got a ring too.
I'd rather a Lane Kiffin come out and say, look, I'm always going to find the best opportunity for me and my family to earn money, maybe for generational wealth or whatever, than to say, oh, I'm stuck. I love this university. I'll be here, and then sign a deal on Wednesday. That's a W-H-O-R-E.
Again, you can spell it. You can say it. You can do whatever you want. Again, it may be that way, but he's feeling at comfort at home. It's not cold. The cold air ain't on him because he's got warm air because he got money to spend. That's all I'm saying.
Say it.
He taking care of his money. He taking care of his.
Lane, say that, Lane. Be a man. Man up. Nut up and say it. Say it.
I'm just saying. That's how it is.
I love Mississippi.
He still does.
I will say a different playoff coach that has already accepted a new job, though, that has done something pretty cool. I don't know if you talked about it yesterday, Jamie, the John Sumrall, the Tulane coach that left for Florida.
No, I didn't talk about that one. I'm sorry. We were I was trying to change the narrative.
There's bigger fish to fry for sure, but he's one coach that I just saw. He's leaving for a bigger school and is still doing cool stuff for Tulane.
He's still doing things for Tulane, so which is cool.
I'll say that I'm man enough to say that's what blows my theory at Michigan. Michigan is a destination and not a stepping stone. So, but let me just play devil's advocate. Say the guy from Alabama is the new coach around here. Well, if he couldn't win at Alabama, what makes you think he's going to win a national championship at Michigan?
Well, no, maybe he feels comfortable. Maybe he doesn't feel pressure. Maybe he's not under the big tree of Nick Saban with the shadow all over him and fans over him. Look, he's proven he can win because
it's his third stop.
He's lost to Georgia. He's played Georgia 3 times. What is his record against that Georgia team? Tell me if you know.
I don't know. 1-2.
No, it's 2-1. They lost 1. They beat them twice. And he beat him. Wait a minute. And Nick Saban wasn't there to help him. He beat Nick Saban twice. So, excuse me. He beat Georgia twice. So,
and it's his third stop.
It's okay for him. I mean, wait a minute. He did serve his time. He has served his time. He went through the ranks. I told you he's got ties here because you know why? He was the offensive coordinator for the Eastern
for EMU.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, then let me have some.
He is taking care of things. So if he wants to look at, and I'm not saying he is, but if he wants to look at Michigan, he has the right to look at Michigan because you know what? They don't like him there right now. Because you know why? They got 3 losses on their schedule, on their records right now. So they're going past his house throwing rocks at him. What you thinking about that? I think about getting out of the town.
And now if provided he comes here, now the person he's following, he has so much extra leash after that. Be like, all right, if you show that we're going in a direction, like if you give us good seasons, like after what we just dealt with, that's like the opposite of the added Alabama direction.
And that's two possible 10
I don't know a thing. I don't know if he's the guy or not. We're just talking about him right now. If he comes here and produces 8-2, 8-3, what's going to happen here?
Oh, if he only 8 wins is a mess. I think that's pretty unlikely. I mean, if he wins 8, then he has one more season to get to the playoff and then he's gone. But I don't think that's likely.
And you know what? If he wins 8 games here and he's gone, now you got a $15-20 million payout because you went after a name of a guy on his third spot. Now,
see, here's the problem. You think he went on? He's on his third slot. No. He went to a national championship. He didn't win it, but he did go to a national championship on his second stop. So don't get it twisted. He took Washington to the championship game. He just didn't win it. You're right. He didn't win it, but he was there. He was in there on the second stop.
Believe me, if he's the guy hired, I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on him. I'm talking about the process.
I
know
you don't like the process, but what I'm saying to you, there's not a better process right now. Everybody else is throwing the money out. Everybody's putting the money out. Do you not think that's why Michigan went to an organization that they don't have to call or do anything? The organization does it for him, and then they get with it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I hear you.
The man has proved that he's a winner. He can go to a national championship game.
I'm with Larry if we don't get Caleb.
Hey, listen,
if we don't get Caleb, because we have someone who's
listen to this. You are always on one island or another. Get your own island and tell us what you really.
What's wrong with the man being on picking an island? There's several islands.
Look, I am for the most. All right.
There's Oahu. There's Maui. There's Oahu.
Calm down.
Kalen seems like the right choice, and it's Larry and the other day Candace talking about we don't want it fast, but if we are able to get who seems like the best guy, if we are able to get him fast, awesome, get it. If let's say Kalen says, no, I'm staying at Bama because I made that decision. Now, all right, you got to take your time. Our shoe-in number one choice.
Going to take their time. They got 3. Listen, you don't sign up on a firm and pay a lot of money to say, okay, now we're going to take our time. No. You're going to do to the next. Okay, who's
that's exactly coach? What you do.
The next coach?
No, you don't hire a firm to say, hurry up.
Have the time. Look there's no NIL in the NFL. So I get it. You want to take your time. You can take your time in the NFL. There is no time. You don't have a time.
Since we're talking about DeBoer right now, this could apply to any of them.
Gotta go. I'm missing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Gotta go. Right. I look at the clock and I'm sorry. We're over the clock.
No, we got to.
We're coming back.
We're coming back. No, we're not coming back for that. We're coming back with Nick Baumgardner on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. See, y'all get me all messed up, so I got to make sure I get my people.
It's good conversation, brother. It's good conversation. If nothing else, I make you think.
Oh, I thought. I'm sorry. I got to send the whatchamacallit to Nick. Hold on. Where is Larry? Where is Larry?
Larry, you mean Nick?
No, I'm looking for Larry because Larry. I put the link on Larry. Okay, sorry. I mean Larry. Forward. Did I forward? Yes. Here is the link to the show. Boom. There we go. All right. Anybody remember the Lions game? Or you don't want to remember the Lions game? I know. But you got
believe me. I remember.
that whole day, there was the 3 best games of the weekend were all on at the exact same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, the absolutely devastating injuries to the Packers in that Broncos game. That was a fun game to watch, even though it was super low scoring.
Tonight is the game.
This is the game. No, tonight
Rams
is that
Seahawks
game.
is huge.
That's going to be the game. And they're all beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're all beat up.
Well, and I mean, the last Seahawks game against the Colts, Old Man Rivers almost pulled it out.
Yeah, tonight is the game.
Oh, that's Eric. That's the real Eric Black. I know who that is. That's E Boogie saying, "Go Eagles."
Mm-hmm. No, not Philadelphia Eagles.
I know what he means. He means "Go Eagles" over at Eastern Michigan. I know what he.
What's up, Nick?
That's a lot of orange on you, bro.
Oh yeah, so it's almost laundry day here.
Okay. I thought maybe Illinois.
Clemson?
No.
Illinois.
Plain. There's nothing on it. It's like a Nike shirt. Holiday season. Maybe it's like a.
That's one of them 3 to a pack deals.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Variety highlighter colors.
Right.
I can't believe that worked.
Well,
I'm about to.
We were getting on our man. You know, it's ugly sweater day in the office. Obviously.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, at my other job, it was the last day before.
What are you, an elf? What the hell are you?
Or the break.
What do you? Wait a minute. For the other job, what do you do?
It's a tech job.
Oh, so you okay? You that's that. That's
it's just the last day
I got
before
you.
we're going on break. So
you're just having fun.
we had a lunch and I'm rocking a sweater.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This isn't. I got a Wilder sweater that's got a giant sumo Santa Claus on it.
Oh, nice.
Can't wear that one to the office though.
Yeah.
Do you know through this whole thing, the wife has been watching the show.
Oh, really?
What
like,
show?
She said to me 2 days ago, she said, you know, Candace made some good points the other day. I went like this. She did. Are you listening to the show? And then she said, you know, you need to get off Larry's back sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I said, what?
Larry got a big old back. I can handle it.
Larry's fine.
I got a big old back.
We having a good time.
That's right.
You need to let Nick finish his statement. She says, remind me.
Yeah, she could be true about that.
Let Nick finish his statement.
She's true about that. Sometimes I do feel like I cut Nick off, and I apologize.
Oh, no. I do the same thing.
And just start muting everybody all over the place. Like, nah, shut up with this man.
I said, you need to stop watching the show. I can't.
Can't take the feedback.
What are we doing here?
Can't take the feedback.
No, it's good feedback. It is good.
That's true.
I will try to make sure I let everybody finish. Okay. All right.
They go get a coach yet here anytime soon, Jamie?
That's what we've been talking about.
Into it.
I don't know what's going on. So
here go crazy Larry again.
Yeah, no, it's no crazy Larry. It's not old man Larry. Larry just wants to slow down.
Yelling at the clouds.
Exactly.
Larry wants to be cerebral.
How much time do they got before they get a coach? Really?
That's also what we've been talking about.
Well,
think they
I
have
mean,
by the end
it
of
feels like
January.
if you go after one coach,
Yeah.
if you go after that coach, you're cheering for Oklahoma on Friday.
Yeah, but
For
like,
another coach, you still got to wait. Go ahead. We'll be back.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Bobby Toth on the other side of the glass, and you got over there in the LA area standing for Larry. Sweet himself, LA Larry Sweet.
Now, Bobby, was that the sample or was that Curtis Mayfield?
Oh, it's a real thing, baby.
And we
All right.
it's Curtis Mayfield. I can hear that. And we
Okay.
got joining us for our Lions talk. We're gonna talk a little Lions because Nick
We're not out of it, but
Baumgartner,
man, that hurt.
right on the line.
We did say they may lose this one, but they got to win
Right.
the rest, Nick. They can't have any more losses.
No, and they need help now too. You know,
Oh, right.
This game on Saturday between the Bears and Packers is now suddenly a big deal. You know, it seems like to me that their best bet would be, well, certainly you got to win out. But your
Mhm.
best bet, I think, would be for Green Bay to beat Chicago,
Right.
and then maybe
And we gotta
Chicago
beat Chicago,
loses at San Francisco, which I don't think
Mhm.
matters. And then you get maybe a winner take all, playoff game type
Well,
thing in Week 18.
Losing to San
Which-
Francisco. San Francisco's still in the hunt for a wild card as
I guess
well.
it's true. So it's still, there's still a lot can happen in 3 weeks in the NFL. Everybody knows that, right? So,
Right.
I guess there's good news and bad news for the Lions. Like the good news is, in terms of the regular season schedule, the worst stretch is over. Like they just finally went through. I mean, my God, the number of quarterbacks they just had to go through here. Stafford, Prescott. Before that, I can on and on we go. Right?
Jordan
So-
Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love. Sorry, on and on we go. So it's like, so that's finally done. But at the same time, it's still the same holes and the same issues we've been talking about pretty much all year that really can't get fixed now until the postseason. So, or after the offseason. So,
Right.
I mean,
Off-season,
maybe they get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they get in, Jamie, but I don't know if they can make a run. I think that's the thing people have asked me a lot this week. And I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what team shows up here on Sunday.
Big Sweet, no? You ready?
Yeah. Let me preface my statement because everybody always. I love the Lions. Come on, 14 years of my life was spent out there, right?
Yeah.
But I just see some fallacies, and when you ask me a question, I'm not going to give you a slappy answer to give you a slappy answer. I'm going to give you answer based on my knowledge, based upon my experiences, which I think gives me that right.
Yeah.
And I just pray we haven't. We'd have to, let's get in the playoffs, and then kind of retool and reevaluate. And hopefully, because grit and all that only takes you so far.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been saying. There's
That's really
to be
true.
a champion, it takes a lot more than grit. And I love Dan Campbell. Good man, good guy. He has done a great job at getting us to where we are, back to respectability and all of that. But that next 10, 15, 20% of what it takes to be a champion, I have not seen it from him. That's all I'm going to say.
I think a big discussion needs to be had between Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. Well, a lot of them, but the number one discussion I feel like needs to be had is where are you going with the roster? Because are you trying to play football the same way that you did when last year when you were 15-2 and Frank Ragnow was here and healthy and you were powering people up the middle? That's now you look around at your roster here now. You have Jameson Williams, who's turned into what looks like a real deal receiver.
Yeah.
You already have St. Brown.
Yes.
You'll get Laporta back.
Mhm.
You've got Jahmyr Gibbs, who is one of the best offensive players in the NFL right now. Maybe this thing needs to be changed a little bit. Maybe they need to be less reliant on the heavy stuff inside. And if that's the case, Maybe David Montgomery needs to go and move on. Maybe some roster tweaks need to happen. Maybe some things need to be shuffled and some adjustments need to be made, because the more I look at it, you can't go back in time and get Frank Ragnow back. You can't. And there's not another guy like that laying around. So I don't know if that's an easy fix. I think there's a lot to discuss between those two in the offseason.
Nick, you're saying the same thing that I have said, or we have said, and the point is today, and I'm not saying Brad has not done this, or is not doing that, but people with titles today, with those titles becomes certain responsibilities that sometimes you just have to say and do the tough things.
Mm-hmm.
And I, by me seeing Dan Campbell continually to do some, the fourth down and those kind of things over and over and over, that's telling me that no one's pulled his chain about it, or you're on the same page with him about it. Somebody has to be the boss. Somebody has to be the adult in the room.
I think
they have adjusted. They have pulled it back a little.
Right. I think he has pulled it back. I think he went
not a lot.
I see some differences.
Right.
I do see some differences.
Fourth down one time this past. Against the Rams.
They kicked the short field goal.
Yeah,
I've noticed that.
But look, it's what we're saying. That defense is beat up again. What is beating that defense up? We're losing. We lose.
So now, Jamie. So now it's not a one-off. It's a regular issue. How do we address that?
It's been 3 years now.
That's what I would ask, like Larry, somebody like you, like what do you even? Because I get this question all the time, and I don't know the answer. I don't know what you do with the injuries.
He's got to evaluate how he's working them. He's got to. He's got to evaluate what he's doing to them from training camp throughout the season, for them to always be injured this time of year, because
honestly, I don't know.
It's got to be that.
Let's call it. Let's call it. You got to look at everything. I was VP of football operations, which means the trainers, the video people, all of them reported to me. I got to look at my training staff. Maybe my trainers aren't up to par and aren't giving them the best of rehabs and those kind. I'm gonna be cerebral and think about it all, because that's then he has to evaluate. He's the man. He's the GM Brad. He and Brad, they have to make decisions, man. And you know what? Back in the day, I can remember. If guys were not being trained properly, or injuries were lingering and that kind of thing, guess who got pulled into the office to go to talk about it? Me. And guess what I did? I go to the trainer and I say, "Look, man, let's talk about your techniques. Let's talk about what you're doing. Why is this going on like this? Why is Charlie Batch still pulling hamstrings? At this point in time." Why is the defense always down at this time of year? What's going on? And there's some answers got to be had. And if it comes out that the trainers are on top of their game and they're using the latest techniques and all of that, that's fine. Okay, now I got to go to the coach. Well, what are you doing during the year that's causing them to be down like this every year? This is the second or third year. By this time of year, the defense is done.
Well, it can't be
100%. Yeah.
Look, they got different coaches now. They got different coordinators. So what I'm saying is,
maybe it's not the coordinator.
Well, that's what
now. Let's trickle up.
Now, I the only thing I can think of, and I mean, you're putting too much pressure on maybe you play a different defensive style. I don't know, but they got to figure.
That's not the worst idea either, Jamie. We've talked about that with Aiden.
Right. I'm just saying,
protecting some of these guys.
So you got to protect some of these guys.
Brian Branch.
Too much pressure on these safeties. We lose safeties like it's going out of style.
Yeah, it can't happen anymore.
We never play with the same safeties for the last 3 years. 2 safeties are always gone. We got
so now we got to dissect that and figure out why that is the case.
Yeah, that's really the most important. I think that and the general direction of where you're going,
and the offensive line.
Yeah,
They gotta
those
buck
two
up.
things
They-
have to be. Brad and Dan need to figure it out, and
I get
and that can't be done in the season, right? We know that, but like the big test, and this is not going to be a test that we're going to get like an answer to in like
Right.
March or April. They're not going to say what they're doing. Like we will know by what they've done when the season starts. Like
Right.
what's the approach? What are you doing? Because there does need to be change. The one thing that everyone would agree on is it cannot be business as usual, and it cannot be sort of status quo of what they've done the last several years, which is just sort of advance forward. They have now, for the first time, taken a step back. So everything really needs to be pulled up and reevaluated.
Taking a step back. Let's look at this now. Taking a step. This was probably their toughest schedule in 3 years.
Was.
They had. Okay.
Absolutely was.
So
Yeah.
it's not really. It's really not taking a step back. They found their. I'm just saying they found their limit. They
But
can't.
you're stalled
you're
at least.
playing back to back teams that can beat them. They're not. They're experiencing teams that are coming at them every week, and
Right.
that's not a usual thing for the Lions. That's
But I
what
think
I'm
that-
saying.
Right.
I think the point. I think
Go
the
ahead.
point is that they're stalled.
Right.
Like it's like we used to talk about this with Michigan when they would always go 10-3.
Yep.
It's like it's the same. So basically, that to me is a step back. It's not any better. It's the same, and you're not getting any better. So it's a step back. So they do need to tweak that, I think.
Which is my point. In football, there are always adjustments
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
From quarter to quarter, from series to series, from play to play, from off season, in season. There's adjustments all the time, and you must be a guy that handles adjustments, or at least addresses adjustments, or know that there is adjustments to stay on top of your game. Okay, now going into this season, if I'm Dan Campbell, I'm looking at this schedule going, okay, I might not be able to do things as tough as I used to, because this schedule is a dog. So maybe I need to back off of this or this, so we don't have that this latter part of the season. One of the things, I know it's old school, and one of the things I used to think that Wayne Fontes did extremely well here. Now, we didn't win a championship, Grant. I'll be the first one to say.
Got close though. Wayne got close.
Hey, but
Anybody
what Wayne did, Wayne was a player's coach who was not that tough on them in the latter part of the year, and we had energy, and we were healthy going into December. And if you look at during those Wayne Fontes years, every November, December, the Lions would win more than they lose because the other teams were beat up. Other teams were down and
I
out.
just thought it was the Thanksgiving turkey.
I remember this. He's right.
I'm telling you the truth. Wayne was very easy on those guys, and which allowed them to be stronger in November and December when other teams are pooping out. The Lions, we went on runs in December back, and that's one of the things I thought Wayne Fontes did exceptionally well.
There's a pace to the season, right? Yeah.
He paced
Well,
like
Dan Campbell is a different type of coach. He wants to play hard. He wants them to. He wants to
Nothing wrong with that.
The whole thing. I agree. Look, I played for the Redskins. Joe Gibbs gave us, if you win on Sunday, you off Monday and Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? He giving you 2 days off. So I mean, look, there's coaches that say you ain't got to be here till Wednesday. They just give it mandatory all the
Now,
time.
on the other hand, I played for Shula. We went past 6 days out of the 7 days.
Nobody want to hear your Neanderthal times, man.
I know, but I'm saying those days are over. I'm glad they're over too.
I think Belichick was still making him do that.
Go to jail. He go to jail nowadays, breaking the rules like
That's
that.
all I'm saying, gentlemen. All I'm saying is think. Adjustments. Make adjustments. Adjustments all the time. It's not you don't get to slack off in the NFL at not making adjustments. You must continually always make adjustments.
Well, he's making adjustments.
A lot has
now.
changed.
They're adjusting to the guys they're getting off the street right now. They got to replace them.
Yeah.
You just got to teach them where they should be and go find the ball.
Well, I also saw that you finally got a place to play this Sione Vaki, who he's going to play some safety because he's
he is.
can't get on the field.
Yeah, he's going to.
And there's another thing I would say that I talked about earlier to somebody else today. They are now in a situation where they traded a bunch of draft picks last year to get to Slaw, who, again, that's another conversation about he's not playing much. You need to get him on the field. You gave up a lot to get him, and you don't have much coming back.
Right.
So, I would love to see them find a way to get more draft picks, too, because there's more that needs to be addressed here. Add safety to the list.
Yeah.
Multiple offensive linemen need to be, addressed in this draft, I feel like. So I don't know if they have quite enough for Brad and them to do all that, So I think that's another thing I would look at and say, got to find a way to get more draft capital this year and adjust that way too.
No, it makes sense. I mean, look, the thing about it is that the Lions have got to get there now. I mean, we're in a phase that, like we said, they need help right now.
Well, and Jamie, here's the big one, and we haven't touched on this, but the window for the Lions, we've always said, this current one is open as long as Jared Goff is functional.
Exactly.
And so I think you go to him in the post off season and say, we need some money back, my man. We need you to restructure this, and we need more help. And if you are not willing to do that, then we'll just call you Matthew Stafford from the days of yore, because I think that he needs to restructure.
Wow.
Boy, you acting like a GM now, man. I'm loving it.
Look at it. They got to do it.
Oh, GM.
It's so tight. It's so tight right now for them.
You're exactly right.
Larry knows. He'd do the same thing.
You better put another contract in front of him, something where he gonna get paid during his.
Here's the way it goes. Just for example, a player signs a 5-year deal, right? At the end of 2 years, you're gonna make some kind of decision, right? You're gonna say, if the player is getting down, guess what? He's gonna call you. Hey, he and his agent. Hey, y'all. We need to do. Now, in 2 years, if he doesn't meet up that contract, guess who? The team should be calling him, and that's where the problem goes. Where a lot of these GMs and people with titles are afraid to do that part of it.
You got to at least try.
This is,
I think, because if Jared Goff wants to win a title and we want to know championship or not, this is what you do. Right.
And the one thing I love.
Jared's going to say to you, get me some guys that can get in front of me.
Well, you know how I do that, Jared? Give me some money back. That's how I do it.
Get me some guys. Hey, when y'all
they've taken care of him, Jamie.
When Frank left,
I know.
I'm just saying, get me somebody who can do half
Jared,
of what do.
Give me some money back, Jared. Hey.
Yes, they have.
But here's the other thing I do love about. I will honor and cherish TB12 for TB12. That's what he did, and how many championships did TB12 win?
Nobody.
And how much money did he make? He's a billionaire.
He could have made so much more money being selfish.
Not everybody is TB12. I'm just
right.
They're in the league. Well, look. The mind of the player, the majority mind of the player is pay me.
Yes, I get that.
I agree.
But I do think it's worth the discussion. And I think that in this case, when they used to try to do that with Stafford, it was like, well, you don't have anybody else here. I'm not giving you money back if you're just going to go waste it.
Exactly.
I get that. That's not what this would be, though. I think if you're Goff, do you want to win or not? They've taken care of you here, good care of you here. You've got multiple gigantic deals in the NFL.
You don't think that Jared Goff's going to say, everybody making money here. Look,
it doesn't need to be a ton of money.
You gave this guy a new contract. You gave this guy a new contract. Look at everybody. Everybody's got flash in the
highest paid player.
And your contract supersedes them all.
Oh yeah, he's number one. You know what? I think that's it, man. I think that's a big part of it. And I think I think Goff I think he'd do it. I don't think it would be a ton. But I think he'd do it because he wants to win.
I agree. Nothing. Try it.
Hey, you can ask him. You can ask him. You need to ask him. I'm all for asking, but when you get the solid no, you may have.
Well, you might get the no, and you got to deal with it. But I think that might not be a hard no.
Right.
I really think the bigger issue is what we said a minute ago, and there's something going on that you can make the adjustment on defense, with injuries. It could be. It might not be Dan Campbell. It might not be. It might be the training
it's
staff.
Dan Campbell.
It might be the training staff. The training staff might be subpar.
It may be. Wait a minute. It may be this, but it's the same. Wait a minute. It's the same damn training staff. They changed over a couple years ago in training staff.
Right.
And
Right
now
they did, yeah.
you're telling me it's the training staff now?
I'm not telling you it's the training staff.
They upgraded. They thought they upgraded.
Well,
I think it's probably both. If you really
Okay.
want, I mean, it's got to be both. That's what I would say. I think you probably got to
it
look
might
at
be both, but it's got to be evaluated. That's
All
what
right.
I'm saying.
Both
We
need
got-
to be looked at.
We got to tie it in the bow right here. Nick, appreciate you coming on.
Nick, who you
being a
got
part of
tonight?
it.
Seahawks or Rams?
Oh, what a game! Rams. I got the Rams. This could be a
Have
great
you
game, but I
lost
think
your damn mind? Do
I
you
think the
know
Rams-
their two wide receivers is hurt. How you going to pick the Rams?
I guess that's true. Is Puka playing
Yeah, Puka's gonna try. He gonna try.
after he
You
hit himself
know
on
he's
the
gonna
thing
try.
the other day,
Yeah.
after he got in trouble? Well, I still like the Rams though, Jamie. They are running the ball really well.
Okay.
Not how much Blake Corum has helped them. That
See,
offensive line.
Now
I
you
like
got
the
me.
Rams.
Now-
Only
now
thing-
see, you mess with me. You messing with me.
I know. I
aren't
got
I
you.
like
That's
the
fine.
Rams,
Right
but I
back
don't
in.
know about winning 2 back-to-back.
Seattle
Yeah.
was a little wobbly against old Grandpa Phil last week too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna call you right before I make that. Okay. All right. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, fellas. We'll see you.
Thanks, Nick.
you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Nick Baumgartner from The Athletic. Check him out. He knows what he's talking about. We need to go to a break. We come back. We got the book, John Borton. The only reason, and say, Jamie, how come you did it on Thursday as opposed to Wednesday? Because I thought yesterday was Thursday. So leave me alone. I gotta go. We gotta go, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Nah, I still don't know why.
That's the residual of them 46 carries.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, I had to just throw that in
was.
right before he left. Be like,
I just swear I don't know what happened, man. My goodness. I didn't say I was picking Sam Donalds. I just said, look at how the Rams they kind of beat up in the wide receiver era. If you ain't got your two wideouts, now if you got one, Puka
That's
good.
true. That's a good
That boy
point.
good. That boy good
That
now.
boy good. That boy good.
He real good. Now, if you ain't got him, and you
Devontae, yeah.
Devontae, because he stretches the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I guarantee you go try to go out there and do it. Devontae is.
it's a 50-50 ball. He's
Right.
coming down with it.
I'm telling you.
Jamie, who we bringing on right now?
John
Coach?
Borton.
Oh,
You're going to call John Borton. You got his number?
I do not,
God, why are you? No, you don't. You're not usually here on Wednesday.
because I don't run Wednesdays.
Shitty ass asshole. Oh my God. You know what? It's just a tap away, brother. Brother man, it's just a tap away. You ain't got to worry about that. See, I used to make it all complicated. See how I just did that?
Nice.
Used to be all complicated. I got an upgrade phone, so I use my upgrades. Fans have stirred Jared Goff out of cheeks mode at the best possible time. Not so much as a step back. I don't even know that. I'm not even answering that, Eric. Detroit just lost the practice squad DB. Eric Hollick got poached from practice squad, so they added developmental corner now. Keenan Garber. Yeah, that Brian Branch injury hurt a lot.
Yeah, it did.
God, that hurts.
I wanted to ask if Kirby was going to be coming back anytime soon.
No, they haven't said anything about him. They haven't talked about him. I haven't heard high hell from him. So not that I, you know. Kendrick, I don't even know what you're talking about.
In the middle. Let's me play more.
They're playing better teams that are playoff teams usually.
Oh, all right.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris. My man Bobby Toth on the other side of the glass. And you got Larry Lee on the West Coast D. You know what's up. Somebody about to ask you.
You better ask me. You better ask somebody.
And joining us is the book himself. From you got John Borton from the Wolverine magazine, Wolverine.com. Hey, John, how you doing? I'm glad we could get you in on this Thursday because you know what? I lost my Thursday on Wednesday, so it's somewhere. I don't know where it was. I'm sorry.
I understand. You know, that'll happen. There's been a little shaking and shuffling around in Ann Arbor these days, so I get it.
Okay, John, I gotta ask: does this take the place of Gary Moeller in his situation now with Sharon Moore? That the thing that you experienced the weirdest?
You know, I never even thought about that.
Now I got to give credit to Angelique because she said it. She said this replaces Gary Moeller for her. I'm just saying. So it made me think. I'm asking. You know, I didn't ask Clayton Sayfie because he was like a baby in bed when Moeller had his thing. But I'm asking you because you've been here the longest, John. Yeah,
I think it probably does. It supersedes it in a couple of ways. One, this was not a one night meltdown necessarily. Neither was Moeller's really, if you know the whole story. But there was a lot of tension going on here because it was not a really well kept secret. People at Schembechler knew, people in the media knew, and then all of a sudden everything explodes. But the firing wasn't the last shoe to drop, obviously, in this case, because you did have a situation where, you know,
you can say it, people know, right?
In both cases, there was an arrest, but in this case, I mean, there were other people directly involved, and so yeah, I would say that this tops that. I'll tell you a little personal aspect of this that was very weird for me.
Please.
You want another level of Twilight Zone?
I do.
You know, if you're going to have surgery for a broken collarbone, right, you do it in a quiet time.
Right.
So I did it. I picked December 10th because obviously that's a little quiet time between the regular season, the bowl game really ramping up and everything. And so, no, I mean, nothing's going to happen that day. So I'm coming out of an anesthesia post-surgery. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing about Sharon Moore, and I'm hearing about Michigan football. And I'm like, am I dreaming this? Is this still the anesthesia? What is going on? And so, yeah, this was weird in that way. But I think Angelique's right. This takes the top place of strange things, extracurricular in Michigan football over the last 3-4 decades.
It's crazy, John. And now Michigan is having to look for a coach. And, I guess, and the team is, you're going to continue, team is going to continue, go down to the bowl and play Texas at the Citrus Bowl and everything like that, being coached by interim, good God, what's his name?
Biff
Poggi. You were using Biff Poggi. And, John, we've done this before. I mean, I've done this before. Had Bo was in the hospital, so we had to go down by ourselves and play a game with Gary Moeller as the interim coach. This team is. I don't want to say accustomed, but it's been quite over these 3 seasons. They've had to play without their head coach, so it's something that they're used to. I mean, they can perform at the highest level. So, but that being said, where does athletic director Ward Manuel go now? What does he do?
What does he do?
Yeah.
I would just say, I mean, you bring in the best guy that you can possibly bring in. You mentioned Biff Poggi. I think he's the perfect guy to handle this. The players trust him, love him. And you're right. There's been virtually a conga line of fill-in coaches here over the last few years for a game here and a game there.
I like your word, conga line.
Well, it's what we've seen, and these players can adjust to it. They did earlier in the season. They won a couple of games under Biff Poggi, and they trust him. And I think that from the bowl game standpoint, to me, the biggest thing isn't the change in the big office as much as in these days, in this era, which team is more motivated to play this game.
Yeah.
So think about last year.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly the personnel that's going to be on hand. You don't know the mindset of teams going in. I think Michigan had a point to prove after a disappointing season last year. And they came with the right attitude. And Alabama was feeling like we should have made the playoff. And I'm not sure that they were all in on that. And when circumstances turned, the weather, it was, had a monsoon in the first quarter. Michigan embraced it. Alabama turned the ball over time after time. So, show me the team that is mentally more equipped to be ready to play in this one. And I can more accurately predict what's going to happen. I really can. I think Texas has had a season similar to Michigan in that it lost most of its biggest games, and it's got something to prove.
Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you Texas thinks they should have been in the playoffs, and Michigan,
which is ridiculous.
Right, but I'm saying that's a team that thinks that they should have been in the playoffs, and Michigan doesn't think they should. I mean, Michigan knows they're not a playoff team.
Right. So does Texas then channel that into, all right, we're going to show everybody that we deserve to be in the playoff, or have they mentally packed it in for this year to a degree, and we'll hit it again next season? But players are motivated to win to an extent, but how much in a game like this, and how much depending on how things fall early on. Just like last year, I think Michigan was more ready mentally to get over the top.
I gotta get my co-host in here. He's sitting back, being quiet over there, with a grumpy face. So let me get him in here. So here's how I'll get him in here. For the coaches that Ward is looking at, What coach do you think he's most apt to look at, and that should be suitable for this team in the future?
You asking me or our guest?
I'm asking our guest, John. John, I'm asking you.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
All right. I wasn't sure there. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Don't worry. Larry will come right behind you. As soon as you say something, he's going to come right behind you. Go ahead.
I think it comes down to a couple of guys that we've heard the most about as the most possible. Kalen DeBoer, I think, is in a situation where, you got Michigan fans thinking that this guy could step in and do a really solid job and guide this team, but they're in a position of, oh, well, we hope he loses though on Friday.
Right. That's a true
you
statement.
Gotta have you got to have Oklahoma win this game, and so I just think that is an odd circumstance. And the other guy that I've heard the most that despite both of these guys' public statements, I believe there's interest, and Kenny Dillingham out of Arizona State is the guy that has created a real ripple of excitement given his age, 35, but a ton of really great offensive coordinator experience, including at Oregon.
Yes.
His work with quarterbacks, where he's looked very, very good.
Yep. Fits perfect for a young quarterback.
No question. I think there's a certain segment that would hold out hope for a Jesse Minter, but San Diego Chargers are going to be in the playoff. So what are you going to do there? There are some logistical aspects to that, and he's also solidly in the NFL, having a great year. I mean, he could get some consideration for something in the NFL down the road
if he wait that time. Yes, you're correct with that. You want to.
Yes. So John, here's my point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My fellow co-host here thinks that my theory of taking our time, slowing down, and deciphering this thing to pick the right guy that will be here for a while versus jumping on the same 4 or 5 names that goes every time there is an opening.
You just put out the names you just put out, John. So
yep,
I mean,
right?
Go ahead.
There's a carousel of 4 or 5 names. They're all playing musical chairs right now. Every year this time, it was the Iowa State coach, is DeBoer, and some of these guys are on their second and third stop. And my point is that just because they're previous head coaches does not mean they're going to guarantee you a championship here. So by saying that, do take your time, slow down, and find a guy. It may be one of those guys after a diligent search, not just throwing them out because those are the same names that come up every time a job is open. The same names being tossed around, and that's all I'm saying. And how can there be creativity? And I'm gonna take it a step further. I was trying my best not to say this, but let's look at the racial landscape as well. African Americans don't get many shots sometimes because the same old names get tossed around.
I hear what you're saying, and I've talked to some that feel doubly concerned and upset about Michigan's most recent head coach because
he was African American. He is.
When a mistake like this is made,
exactly,
then that just makes it even tougher along the lines that you're talking about.
That's true. That is true. One thing everybody will learn about me is
hold on. He's saying something to you. Listen,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John.
The only little minor pushback was I wouldn't say that Kenny Dillingham's a guy that has one of the same 4 or 5 names because he's only been a head coach for a couple of years. He is about as much of an up and comer as you could get without taking someone who has not been a head coach at all. You know, 2 years at Arizona State, makes the playoffs, and he has been several other places, but not as a head coach. So, you know, he's a fairly new name in my judgment, but I get what you're saying is that don't rule everything out just for the sake of, you know, maybe making the most obvious hire.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And, you know, a lot of people are not feeling me about that. I'm just saying, Michigan, man, take your time, do it right, and get a guy that's going to be in here for a while. And you can, you know, I'm just saying, take your time, do it right. And it doesn't mean you have to have a guy tomorrow. That's I'm basically, and if you do, and if you do that tomorrow, you're going to be choosing from the same 3 names. That's 4 names, 5 names that's tossed around. You know, how many years have we heard Iowa State's coach deserves another job?
You notice Iowa State's coach didn't go anywhere. I'm just saying.
Didn't he leave? Didn't he leave?
He left the Penn State. But, I mean, think about how long it took for Penn State to get to him. I mean, he wasn't on their list.
But how many years have we heard that name come up for every job that was available?
It has come up. But, I as I said, he did not leave. Or for whatever reason, they didn't take him. For some reason, everybody they must have found something because they didn't take him. They put his name out there all the time, and I get it, but he wasn't taken.
And it's all
when he was, they set the stadium on fire.
Exactly. Did you know that? They put the stadium on fire.
Right. Now, the other point is, at the monies these guys are getting and that kind of thing, you can get them at any point in time of the year. You ain't got to rush and we got to have them by next week or next Monday. And no, man, you know, sometimes patience is a virtue.
Right.
Go ahead.
But I get you. But what you are impacting, if you don't make the hire by the first of the year, is you're rolling into portal season. And then not only is your own roster thrown into question marks, oh, man, I don't know who the coach is going to be. Am I going to jump into the portal? You know, I've got people contacting me. What do I do? You want to bring in people to bolster this roster, this already talented Michigan roster, but that needs some plug-ins for next year to take it to the next level.
Let's look at that. Kurt Cinetti brought in a lot of guys from James Madison and produced a winner. Not guys from Alabama or from Oklahoma or Washington or USC or anything. He brought kids over from James Madison and created a number 1 team in the country.
So what I'm going to say against that, they were wrong. Everybody was wrong when they were laughing at Kurt Cinetti taking those James Madison players. They were all wrong. Because you know what? Those players were playing, and they were able to play. They showed what they could do.
Correct. So
what I'm saying to you, I'm going to finish. Those were Kurt Cinetti's kids. So what I'm saying to you is you're saying give up your kids and don't worry about them because we can go get more. That's what you're saying. But
I'm saying no. I'm saying what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is the kids don't have to come from Alabama.
They don't have to come from Alabama. I didn't say they have to come from Alabama. They got to come from somewhere. We may not get our chance if we don't have a coach in place. That's what he's saying. My
point is, if it's the right coach, the right players will come under his system, and you can win anyway.
That's
not if they.
No, that's not how it is.
Not if they get signed by some other school.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Look, this is a money game now. This is not. No. This ain't about I'm going to play for the best team and the best coach. That's out. It's a money game. Now you got to play. They gonna run to the money. And if they already contacted them and tell them how much money they're going to get, they're going to that university because they know I got to guarantee. I got to guarantee.
You get 90% of the money.
So,
all right, they'll look at the school and the coach.
Right,
But like, if you can't get close with the dollars, then
so the kids at Alabama that's making decent money, if they come here, they're going to make the same money. They're not going to make more money coming from Alabama to Michigan. Maybe one or two of them, but
you don't know,
in general,
you don't know that. Because the money here is here. It's here. And not many people know that money.
I think that'll be a parallel scenario for most of those guys.
I guarantee you if if we get that Alabama coach, you'll get a few more players you didn't think that he could get. I'm just saying, if that's right.
And I'm saying the players don't have to come from Alabama.
No, he doesn't.
Kirsinetti proved they can come from James Madison and
we
win.
won't get any good players from random schools if we don't have a coach that they can go to and say, I'll play for that man.
Right.
They're not going to come into an unknown system.
Look at Caleb DeBoer could go back to Washington and get players from Washington. The best players in Washington. He came from that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying just Alabama. I'm saying if that coach goes there, he'll bring somebody.
If that's the guy, he can go to Washington, get guys from Washington. He can get from the 3 stops he's been at already.
You can just players from random schools won't come to a program without a coach.
Right. Just saying.
I just wouldn't downplay the timeliness of.
I'm not saying take for it. We're saying really I think we're saying the same thing.
We're looking at a Michigan team that had after Jim Harbaugh at the end of the Jim Harbaugh era, a couple of relatively down recruiting years, because whether it be that he knew he was getting out or what it might have been, but there was some talent deficits in these last couple of years, and it didn't help when, I mean, it was great to win the national championship, but they got in that year late on the portal and didn't have a veteran playing quarterback that had been on the field ready to go.
John, that's what I'm saying. You got a hell of a magnet, and you know what that magnet is? Bryce Underwood. That's why I say you go to Bryce Underwood, and if he's all in and you got him committed to help the program, no matter what.
We know where he is.
Okay, he's committed.
He is.
So now use Bryce in your recruiting.
Ask him how badly he would like really good blockers next year.
Right.
And better wide receivers.
Yes.
That's part of it.
Correct.
Just say you can't skip a year. See, you're willing to give up a year, Larry, if it takes. You're saying it takes time.
I'm saying
we're not giving. You can't give up a year.
What's giving up a year? I'm not saying give up. I'm saying with the talent you have right now, you win 8-3. If you keep that talent together, you're at least going to go 8-3 again.
You're not.
Well, it'd be.
No. But if that talent disperses. If that talent disperses, then you're in trouble. But if you go to Bryce and you keep everything together.
If you do the Larry Lee kind of way and wait and take your time and look at every coach and make sure that coach is getting a fair shake and everything like that. Guess what? No, we can't. We got to grab.
What players want to come to an 8-5 program? Like
that's true too.
Yeah,
but I mean, look, the player that wants to make $1 million a year. That's the kind of player that'll come. I'm just saying, you're going to waste. You're going to waste.
We're going to have to overpay players if we don't have a good coach and a good program for them to come to.
And Larry, wait a minute. It makes sense of what you're saying. It just you don't have the timing for it. That's all we're trying to say to you. It's not there. It's not possible. It's not possible. And
I'm thinking you're moving too fast.
If you were a GM of your college, UCLA, okay, right, and you were looking for your coach, you would wait this long. You would wait that long to sign a coach.
I said it on the air. Didn't I say UCLA needs to slow down and take their time?
But they got a coach before that came up.
And you know what? Usually when you do that, what you do is you go after these guys because of whatever the media likes them, whatever. What are your reasoning? Okay, this guy our athlete. I'm gonna use you since you brought up UCLA. Our athletic director needs a win. He needs a win bad, right? So he goes, what's the hottest up and coming scenario or 3 college letters right now? JMU. Right, because of Cinetti, because of his success, because of the coach at JMU and his success and all that. That's the hottest thing. The hottest thing is not always the right answer. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The hottest thing is not always the right answer.
The problem is you want to be patient about it. The patience at Michigan is a little faster. That's all. That's all. It's different.
I agree with that. I think
it's different.
That's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying.
I got your solution for you.
What's that?
Just go out and get football's version of Dusty May, and you're all set.
There you go. That's what we said.
That's what we said. That's what
we actually said that yesterday.
We actually. But then what else did I say? Dusty May didn't come from a blue blood basketball program like Kentucky or. Am I right?
Absolutely not. You're right.
Dusty May was over there at Eastern too.
Mm-hmm.
He was there too. We know. Hey, I just want to.
So you're telling we're trying to get all these EMU guys, and you want Kalen.
I want to give you some. I want to give you a back history. He was over at over at Eastern Michigan too. I'm just letting you know.
If you want some MAC coaches, hey, we could still get old Minnesota boy PJ Fleck over here.
Yeah. I'm helping you. I'm helping
guys,
you.
I'm not saying just don't land on them because that's the name everybody's saying. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
John, appreciate you coming on, being a part of this.
Being the mediator.
We've been going at it every day this week.
Sounds like you guys are having a lot of fun.
We are.
Mm-hmm. We are.
Hey, we saying the same thing. He just doesn't know. I'm saying the same thing he is, but I just need to be a little quicker.
Yeah, well, good enough. What they need, the most important thing for this football program, to me, is not the bowl game, is not necessarily getting the brightest, fanciest name out there, but it is getting someone in place in a timely enough fashion. You get the best guy you can get by your own criteria, but get him in place in a timely enough fashion to not only maintain your own roster, but build it for next year. I think that is huge at this point.
Yeah,
after the last couple years.
I think that's the common denominator of what is being said. But our timeline might be I might be a little bit more slower, patient than Jamie. That's all. We're saying the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of Dusty May and his 10-0 team, what are you thinking, John? How are you thinking? How's the team looking? I mean, Yaxo has taken it to a new height too. I mean, now he gave everything to Maryland. He showed them the outside game. He showed them the inside game. He picked up the little hot guard that was hitting all the threes. He decided to take him. And I mean, look, his defense was not penetrable. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, big change. And Yaxel Lendeborg was a big reason that in a game in which Maryland was playing out of its mind in its on its own court, had the crowd whipped up, all of that, it still wound up losing by 18 points, despite being up by almost double digits in the second half.
Right.
Because Michigan just keeps coming at you in waves and waves and waves and making adjustments. And that is such a talented team and so together right now, so unselfish. But you're right. Yaxel Lendeborg is stepping forward to be that superstar that, he has the potential to be, has the talent to be, and yet the guy's averaging 15 points a game.
Really just averaging 15.
That's the mark of an unselfish team.
No, you're right. He's playing incredible, and he's playing within the team frame, the framework of the team. I mean, LJ gets his shots off. Everybody gets their shots off. Everybody's shooting good. Mara, how about Mara? I bring up Mara because he's a UCLA guy. And he decided to come to Michigan and just ask Big Sweet. That young man wasn't doing what he was doing at UCLA, but he's doing it here at Michigan.
He is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's getting full opportunity to do it, and part of the reason that he's here is he looked at last year and said, "Look at what Dusty May is doing with these big guys he brought in.
Yeah, that's true.
I want some of that."
Yeah.
And Adai Mara is going to be a reason that next year big guys are looking at Michigan because they say, "Hey, yeah, well, I could use some of that too."
Yeah.
Yeah, this team is gonna be something else if they, you know what, if they stay healthy and keep playing the way they play. They share the ball, like you said, John. We could have a pretty good season.
Oh, pretty good is when you have a former coach that has been to the national championship game a couple times, talking about the last Monday of the season, when 10 games into this one about this team, you know that you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think of John Beilein, if somebody would have mentioned the last Monday or national championship game, 10 games into one of his seasons, he might have, choked on those.
Right.
Words.
He would have. That's true.
He wouldn't want anybody talking that way. But, that's how good this team has been, how overwhelming at times. And so, yeah, it's going to be a good run. No doubt about it.
John, appreciate you coming on, being with the M Zone. I know we're long overdue, and I apologize for that, but we got it all out. I appreciate it. And
take care, John.
All right. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
That's John Borton with the Wolverine Magazine, Wolverine.com. We're going to go to a break. We come back. We got more good stuff. I want to talk about Jared Goff and where he's thinking. Jared Goff, he's the focus point of these Lions. And as Jared Goff goes, so goes the Lions.
Okay.
You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Jared Goff. You guys ain't going to do that with me? Jared Goff.
No. Yeah.
This was Eric earlier saying he didn't want the Goff chance outside of Lions games.
Hey, you believe in your quarterback. Jared Goff, look, he's having an off year. This is an off season for him.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things contributing to this, isn't there? Look, I mean, not having Frank Ragnow there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, if you average an extra second and a half on every pass play, he's throwing further down the field. He's completing more passes. Like that just is the way it is. So, yeah, losing Frank was a bummer, especially losing him so close to the season where we didn't have time to make moves to replace him.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, GM. Oh, he's talking. Hey, GM.
Yeah.
Why is Jared Goff having a bad season? He's getting rushed. He's panicking. I mean, look, I get it. He doesn't have his boy in front of him. That guy is missed. He is missed.
Yeah, he's missed. And I think he needs help.
Yeah.
And what I mean by help is mental help from the head coach or the offensive coordinator to help him out some.
Well, Johnny Morton ain't doing nothing. He should talk to him while they're on the sidelines. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But then the final decision is Dan Campbell's on.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So Dan's gotta be.
There's three people Dan want to get the ball to. You know it as well as I do.
Right.
Amon-Ra, Williamson, and Gibbs.
And Gibbs. Yep.
Yeah.
And
three people.
how to do it, is another thought that I thought Ben Johnson did a lot better than Dan Campbell's doing.
That's true. I agree with that. And we say that on the other side. I mean, he's not believing in anybody else. And Laporta being out
is
hurts.
huge too.
Yeah, that hurts.
Someone who can block great and has good hands is so clutch. Mm.
Can they see me?
That's tomorrow, Friday. Who we got tomorrow?
I want to say thank you to I want to say I'm sorry to Metropolitan Ann Arbor because I went and got my car washed. It was looking all clean and looking good, and now it's raining.
It's gross outside.
I mean, it's raining. It's gonna sleet. It's gonna freeze up because we got a big deep freeze
It's
coming.
some slushy bullshit out there. Right
God, man.
It was coming a little bit when I was driving over. But
God, Rich. Hey, but it was beautiful today in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was.
I'm so thankful to be able to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, rub it in.
Yeah, just rub it in.
It's always a lovely day out in California.
God.
Oh man.
Even the wife singing it.
Even the wife says she,
Yeah. You got the wife singing it.
Mm-hmm.
she just got back from a funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry.
A friend of the family's passed away, so she just walked in, but I'm going to kick her out before we come back on air.
Come on. Hey, you know we like having women on.
Really?
Breaking it down.
Breaking it down.
Breaking it down. All right.
We're missing most of our Thursday usuals, JMO.
What do you mean? Who's not here?
I mean,
Lions.
no Angelique, no Clayton, no
Well, they were all
TG.
here. Wait a minute. They were all here yesterday.
Oh, you literally had
I
all
told you. I thought it was Thursday. Didn't I, Big Sweet? I
Yeah.
told you.
I didn't realize you got
Even Thomas, though. Even Thomas.
No, I didn't do it because I went to CJ's.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
thing. But I mean, I thought it was Thursday yesterday. I'm sorry. I apologize for
It's all
everything.
good.
Guys, I was crazy yesterday. I don't
Hey,
know.
It's been
look
a
up an
while.
old song, Bob. Look up an old song. Mind blowing decisions causes head on collision.
I'm not gonna lie. It was just like I thought it was Thursday. The wife finally said, "Look, it's Wednesday. Stop."
Yup. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead in your lobby.
You don't want no problem, no problems with me.
You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. If a channel riding through the streets, they be like, there you go. You don't want no problem.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. This is Jared Goff's song right here. You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me. I got problems. That's what Jared Goff said. So,
He
Jamie
got 99
Morris,
problems, and the O line is all of them.
It is. Jamie Morris, Bobby Toth, and Big Sweet, Larry Lee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I said we're going to talk about it. Hey, what do you think if the trade didn't happen? What does Brad Holmes? He stays with Matthew
And
Stafford, and he
Little better
doesn't
QB,
trade.
but a much slower progression.
I
everywhere
think-
else.
Because right now, Big Sweet, Matthew Stafford looks fleet
balling.
of foot, and he's balling I'm just saying, Big Sweet. I like Jared Goff, and Jared Goff has gotten it done over 3 years. Okay, over 3 years. But
Right.
I mean, the
He's
best
been a
quarterback in the
consistent
game,
top
the better
15 quarterback, but Stafford's been top 5 ever since he left.
The better quarterback on the field on what is it, Sunday
Mm-hmm.
was.
You know,
it was Matthew
imagine
Stafford.
imagine Stafford with the talent that the Lions have now.
He would have already won the Super Bowl.
It's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would you have won the Super Bowl, or are you going?
Yes.
Are you or would it been? It's a repeat or a three-peat or a three-peat? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, kudos, and everyone says, I can be a little bit hard on Dan Campbell, but I am not hard on Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes has done an excellent job of acquiring talent.
I'm not dogging out Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes has done a wonderful job. You're right. It was a great trade. It helped both organizations. It defines both.
A new start was needed by both guys.
Exactly.
A fresh start was needed by both guys, and the Rams have gotten the better of the trade just because of more success.
Yes.
But here I go again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here I go. I think John McVay is one of those cerebral coaches.
Sean, no, McVay is great. And now there's a chance that the Rams could make a deep playoff run and still get a top 5
year after year, McVay finds a way to make adjustments.
But he wasn't always cerebral. He wasn't always. He was quick to jump. Remember, he tells the story. He tells the story. It took him. He fell in love with football. He had love for football with his all the way, and then all of a sudden he fell out of love with it, and now he's back in love with it again. Remember the stories of him going to be in the TV booths, and he was going to be an analyst and all of that.
Yeah, I remember that period.
That was dying in his head. He said football was dying, and all of a sudden he got religion again.
But you know what? He comes from football stock.
Yes.
Football was in his blood. His granddad, John McVay, great. Yeah, and you know where the McVays got their start from? Dayton, Ohio. McVay was at the University of Dayton. His granddad,
right,
and all that. Then he went on to the 49er fame. And there's a little inside story. The few years that Terry Donahue, my college coach, became general manager of the 49ers, McVay had announced he was going to retire. Guess who he was going to hire to replace McVay?
Who?
Your boy, me.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
But Terry Donahue, the 49ers did okay, and then by year 3, they talked McVay in the year one more year contract, one more year. So Donahue could not or didn't bring me in, and then he got fired by the 3rd time. But
okay.
But all that to say, McVay comes from football blood. He thinks born and raised around football, and the whole thing. So I like McVay at the Rams. He's young enough. Remember at the time he might have got burned out because remember he was the youngest coach in football.
He was, and everybody was trying to find a Sean McVay.
Exactly.
Find one.
Because he could talk the talk, walk the walk with the players, still have fun. He's today's coach instead of that old Belichick, do as I say, do that old school. That stuff's gone.
Do your job.
Yeah, right. So that's why I'm going back around cerebral, man. I really like McVay, and that's today's kind of coach. I mean, he's getting a little older, but that's what Mike Tomlin was when Mike Tomlin came in this
still
league.
Cerebral. Hey,
He is.
He was clowning everybody in the press conference after the game. He was clowning them.
You know what? I love Mike Tomlin's press conferences because you talk about cerebral.
He was clowning them. Oh, I guess I'm too old.
Yeah.
He goes, "Where's the chair now? Where's that chair now?"
Yeah. No, but not just Mike, but I like McVay. McVay is that cerebral coach that I'm talking about. And hopefully, since everybody thinks I hate Dan Campbell, I don't hate Dan Campbell. I hope he learns how to be that kind of a cerebral coach. I don't think he's there yet. I hope he learns to be that cerebral. Type of coach.
Wait a minute. You didn't touch that one. We know that.
You're right. I hope he learns to be that cerebral type of coach. He's a good guy, and he's done a yeoman's job, done a great job of getting the Lions back to respectability. But that last 10 or 15% of what it takes to become a champion.
Maybe he needs a year out of the playoffs. I'm not saying they should be out of the playoffs, but if they don't make it, he gets the hunger. He tries to figure out within himself, why are we not being successful? You know what I'm saying?
And to prove that, to show I'm a fair-minded guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have said these past few games I've seen a little maturity growth in his decision making.
Okay,
I have.
I admit you have said it.
I have. I've seen. I just hope he gets another opportunity to show his growth. Because you're not guaranteed to go to the playoffs year after year after year after year. And since 1991, the last time the Lions went to the NFC Championship game, they went 2 years ago.
Wait, we just went 2 years ago.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Since 91, they went 2 years ago. What's the difference between 91 and 2 years ago? The space between 91 and 2 years ago.
Are
we going to do that again now?
Another 30-year wait? Yeah, no thanks.
No, I don't think so. Look, he's got to make some tweaks. You're right.
Those opportunities are far and few between.
Right. You
got to capitalize upon them when you get there. And 2 years ago, people got on me. I think he blew it. And that was a window. That window's closing.
I agree. I agree with that. I see that. I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me tell you about Larry Lee. Larry Lee, I love everything about whom I spent a lot of years in the NFL. I'm a UCLA guy. I love UCLA. I love Dayton, Ohio. I love all the things I've been a part of.
Lord, we know that.
But I am going to give you an honest answer when I'm asked a question. I am not a slappy and going to give you a slappy answer when you ask me something. I'm going to give you what I think is my answer. And in some cases, I do have a lot of experience to give my answer. Now, when I don't know things, I'll be the first one to say, look, man, like on this show, Jamie, I acquiesce to you anytime it comes to college football. You the man, and especially Michigan football. I'd be a dumb as hell to try to question Jamie Morris on Michigan football.
My thing is, I need a different take, and you bring a different take. That's what we look for.
Right.
I look for the different take, because you know me. I get tired of listening to me. Sometimes I'll fall asleep in this seat listening to me.
All right, I got a Lions hypothetical for you guys. So, and I don't know how I would feel about this, but look, we've got all our injuries, some more depth, O-line, and our DBs would be great. How would you feel about trading Montgomery? I personally wouldn't want to. I love Demo.
I like that. I like the two-headed monster.
Because
if you get one hurt, the other one to fill in.
Yeah.
The other one to take
best RB2 in the league.
Exactly.
Probably better than a third of the starters.
Wait a minute. He would start for what? Maybe
that's what I mean.
I'm gonna say
10 teams at least. 10, 15
I got
teams?
20 teams. I got 20 teams.
Okay, gentlemen, let's be cerebral. Depends on what I could get for him.
Right. You're right.
Someone around the
if someone want to give me 2 number ones for him, see you bye.
I'm thinking player for player, like what level of O lineman or DB would you need in order to trade Demo?
Then you're getting into personnel thoughts right now, and you'd have to be a pro personnel director to know, that's a pro personnel's director job, is to know the rest of the league like the back of his hand. Yeah. And then you're also to know who's on the streets. Mm-hmm. There used to be a major board, and they probably do it electronically now, but every team had a magnetic board
Yeah, just throwing names at it.
Talking
Yeah.
about a chalkboard. That's what he's talking about.
Well, they used to have these magnetic boards where every name, you have every team, every division all sorted out, and all the names of their guys from starters to backups on this big old wall of board, right? So every cut, because I did it every night for a long time. When you read the transactions every night, and if someone got cut, you go up there and take him off of that thing and put him on the street, portion of the thing. Or if there was a trade, you go get the card from the one team and switch them around. So you'd have to. That's what pro personnel directors do. They know that board like the back of their hand. So, but now with monies being involved, it's a different thought. The pro personnel director not only has to know what talent is on what team, he's got to kind of know their salaries as well. And so he's got to know if you want to make a trade, when you make a trade, the salaries go with the trade, right? So now when it comes to free agency and whether to tag him as a franchise player or a non, you got to know his salaries. You got to know, and then you got to know the rest of the league and what they're making, so you can compare if you want to pay this guy, the top dollar for being the top one in the league, or you think he's the third best one. You offer him the third best contract and hope he comes to you. I mean, football is so complex now. You can't just be a fan, and that's pro personnel directors deserve a lot of credit, and some organizations don't lean on the pro personnel director or give him enough propers on knowing the league like he does. That's why most pro personnel directors end up becoming general managers quicker than most. That was a little pro football management 101.
Wow.
Little inside management.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good, Larry. I like that.
So then, I mean, you talked about our window. So look, I personally would not want to trade Montgomery. I think he's incredible. But if we need some depth and some help at O-line and our secondary, how much do you leverage our future picks for, this?
First of all, to answer that, I'd have to know, what the Lions have next year. I haven't dissected it, but I'll dissect it for future purposes and find out what picks they got in what order. Depends on the previous trades they made and who.
I think we're pretty close to just straight picks. I'll see if I can find it, but yeah.
Straight picks, and then what they get from, previous trades. And then you got the compensatory picks that are involved nowadays because of who you signed and where he came from. Was he a free agent? Was he an unrestricted free agent? I mean, there's a complex mindset about it all. And I'd have to, to give you, I can give you a borderline answer, but to be a professional about it, I'd have to do a little bit more investigating to give you hard answers.
Just for argument's sake, we have our 1 first and 1 second round pick for the next 3 seasons.
What would you go for?
Would you try and start dumping future picks to try and take advantage of this window and get, multiple first round picks at, O-line and DB?
That's a great question, but I see if
talk about this window, and we're still pretty good aside from these injuries that just magically take entire position groups out of commission for us. So
then in my mind, if I'm Brad Holmes, I'm saying to myself, is this the coach that will maximize what I bring in? And I don't know it. I don't talk to Brad Holmes or anything, but I bet Brad Holmes is thinking a little bit like that. It's like a marriage. So Brad and Dan have been a marriage, right? And sometimes marriages go bad. And sometimes, you got to have a tough discussion in a marriage. You got to have you got to have some tough conversations in a marriage. And I believe that our boy, our insider, Lions insider, that was on.
Nick Baumgartner.
Nick said the same thing. Nick said there's gonna have to be some conversations going on between Brad and Dan, and so now that's the Jamie knows the college world. I know the NFL world. There's all kind of things that get into the mix now. Whose side is the owner on? Who, all those kind of things. And sometimes there's a lot of backstabbing going on between these individuals with the owner and all that kind of stuff. So pro football is a complex thing, and hopefully you're all on the one page. But if things don't go well, people start pointing fingers. People start saving their own hides. People start doing all kind of things, man. So, I hope the Lions can overcome all of this. But I believe there's some conversations starting to go on behind the scenes that the average fan won't think about.
Okay, we need to go to a break. We need to come back, and we got question of the day. Do you think the Lions make the playoffs? Do you have the faith in this team that they make the playoffs? You've heard it from Larry Lee. You've heard it from Nick Baumgartner. You've heard it from me. You've heard it from Bobby. All y'all doing all of this. Do you have gas or something? Come on.
I'm wincing just thinking about whether or not we can make it. I'm stressed.
Okay. All right. Well, they said the Tigers couldn't make the playoffs either. I'm just saying. What did they say?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm just saying.
Shots fired.
I'm not shooting shots at anybody. They said the Tigers couldn't make the playoffs. Remember?
Shots fired.
Worst. What they say? Worst
collapse.
Worst month ever. Worst collapse ever. Who cares about the collapse? We just gotta win some damn games. We gotta win some games. That's all I'm saying.
Go to commercial, man. Go to commercial.
You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Go to break. Go to break.
I ain't drink my coffee today. Messing with y'all, man. Oh my God. Philly E's going first. Hey. Philly E is going first. He got a call, though. I'm waiting on him. Dude, you need to call in. Dude, you need to call in right now. said shots fired. I didn't. I'm not taking shots at anybody. All I said was, do the Lions make the playoffs? That's all.
Oh no, they're just like the Tigers, and they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Y'all didn't believe in them. I did.
So
What do you mean? I absolutely believed in the Tigers.
Are you equating that to the Lions? They're going to.
I am not equating that to the Lions. All I'm saying to you is okay, now everybody likes to say, oh, they ain't going to make the playoffs. They ain't going to make the playoffs. They lost to this when they lost. They still got a shot.
Yeah, they do have a shot.
Everybody knows. At the last game of the season, they make the playoffs. They go.
They got the Steelers, Vikings, and Bears. Those are the 3 games left. Steelers.
There's Philly E.
Steelers, Vikings, and Bears. That Bear game is going to determine probably who, if they go to the playoffs.
If they go to the playoffs, right? They got to play.
But they got to win all 3.
They messed around. You didn't mess around so much. You can't lose.
Right.
If you lose, you out.
You're right. And this was a tough one.
Just like the Tigers. They can't mess around.
Mm-hmm.
They got in. Remember, you got on us for saying they weren't going to get in. They did get in.
I was saying they didn't get. They're not going to get in. They ain't that good. They ain't good no more.
They got in, but that's all they did was got in.
Hey, you got to the playoffs.
That's right.
It wasn't the worst team ever. Worst collapse ever.
No,
it wasn't anymore because they made the playoffs.
But going into this season, the Lions knew they had one of the tougher, if not the toughest schedule.
That's what I'm saying. That schedule beat the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say this. Dan Campbell didn't have them ready. He didn't have them ready. They were not ready to play this season. They were messing around.
That's what I talk about, making adjustments, man.
And they got to replace that center. If that center decided he wasn't going to play, you got to go find you a center. And I get it. Grab now or
Ragnow. Yeah, Frank.
I mean, look, I'm sorry. You got to go find you somebody.
He was a beast, yep. But I also think we lost a lot in Ben Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, clearly shows how good he is in Chicago. I mean, Swift, I thought he was done and dusted, and he's had a great season.
Swift just wanted money, and the Lions didn't want to pay him it.
Caleb looks great. Swift looks good.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone, Jamie Morris. It's been a fun day today. I don't care what nobody said. I tell you, I wouldn't want to spend my day with nobody else than you two. Y'all some fun people.
Oh, shucks, baby.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm just saying.
Oh, shucks. Hey, it's a lineman running back thing. It's a lineman running back thing.
It is. And you're in an ugly sweater.
Yeah, Bobby. That's an ugly sweater.
Exactly. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. Something's about to happen that hasn't ever happened on the zone.
And
this man calling first.
Philly E, how you doing, man? He's never been first. Never.
I hear he got a bone to pick with me.
I sure do. Well, first things first, I want to clear. There's a strong rumor out there that the starting safeties this week for the Lions are going to be Alvin Hall and William Graham. Is that true?
Who? You weren't born yet, maybe, Bobby.
Hey, Alvin Hall is my junior high teammate in Dayton, Ohio. Then he went to Miami of Ohio, and he was a free agent with the Lions that ended up being a starter.
That's good one, Philly. That's a good one.
Hey, I could have went all the way back to Jack Christensen and Yale Larry. But, Anyway, first of all, my bone to pick is with you is and I brought it up yesterday, and I don't know if this sounds like a repeat, but Who's going to be available in 3 weeks, a month from now that isn't available now? That's my question. Like, you realize there's 130 teams. There's 130 plus teams.
Right.
And pretty much everybody is available with the exception of the guys in the playoffs. And quite frankly, we're only looking at one because the other guys aren't even gettable.
And one of the other playoff guys already signed for a different school.
Right. And one's an interim. And who's interested in these G5 guys? You know, you're not getting Lanning or Kirby or Blackbeard. So pretty much everybody is available. And nobody in the NFL. There's that maybe Minter, but right now, I don't think that's doable for Ward is the AD at this point. So my point is this: we got to act now. You can't wait. And here's a great situation. The most, I don't know, probably the best moment in The Godfather is when they're all sitting in the room. I guess we'll wait. And you know what Michael says to Sonny? Can't wait. Can't wait. They're going to kill Pop. That's it. It's a key for him. We can't wait because if we listen to you, Sweet, you're going to kill our recruiting class and you're going to kill our roster.
Negative.
Dude, come on, you listen. And here's the thing. Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Then let me respond.
You cannot sit there and kill. And listen, I know what you were getting at, and you were being very nice and diplomatic about it 2 weeks ago when you called about Sherrone, and you were 100% right. And obviously, what's transpired in the past week validates everything that you were hinting at without actually saying it. You're trying to tell me now, you're going to turn around a half hour ago and tell me that the names that were dropped today, if you gave them the same roster, you think the results are going to be the same considering all the chaos that's been going on, the lack of accountability, and all the shenanigans? Listen, you can say what you want about these guys, but you know what? Here's where I got to put – and listen, everything you've said in the past, I don't know how many months, I always pretty much agree with everything, but not today. Because these guys are not retreads. You may be tired of hearing the names, but these are all ascending coaches with track records that have yet to really land that destination job, and this is that opportunity. Every freaking name that's been dropped, whether it's Brom or whether it's Dilly or obviously Kalen DeBoer, they all have track record. Now, Dillingham, not so much. It said there's a roll of the dice with that. But you plug these guys. The guy at Vanderbilt. What's the other school? Vandy and
Clark Leah is the guy I'm a huge fan of.
You plug all them dudes in. You plug all those dudes in with this roster, and Hyder and I can't remember the difference making. I can't think of. The defensive end that's coming in too. Yeah, he's big time recruit.
Yeah, he's a 5-star. He's a 5-star. Yeah.
Yeah. So thee guys are difference makers. You trying to tell me, and you bring those guys in, and we fortify through the portal. And now that we're going to have a new coach, dude, the donors are going to pony up some big money. This is not going to be an 8-3 football team. But I'll tell you right now, we go by what you say. 8-3 is a pipe dream. 9-3 is a pipe dream because we're going to lose our roster. Forget the recruiting class. We're going to lose the roster. So there's a lot of kids and a lot of families waiting with bated breath for Friday because the dominoes are going to fall come Saturday morning. They're going to be either on the phone with Kalen DeBoer or he's going to be out, and it's going to be Dilly or maybe even Brom. And listen, these guys are there for a reason. These are outstanding coaches. And I don't understand why you think if we wait around February that there's going to be a new young dirty senator coming out of freaking Youngstown, Ohio. It's not going to happen.
I'm going to let you finish. I did not say wait till February. I say do your search and don't just go after the musical chair of the same guys who's coming up. If the guy just thinking about it, I'm making you think. I'm not saying that he's not the answer if it's Alabama guy. I'm just saying don't just go after him. If he can't win, if he's 8-3 in Alabama, how's he going to be 12-0 at Michigan? What's going to be the difference?
First of all, I said, and Jamie could validate this. I said when he was hired, he is not a culture fit. That wasn't a good hire. I'm not saying the dude can't coach. He wasn't a culture fit. I knew that wasn't going to work.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't quite to the degree of bringing Rich Rod to Ann Arbor. Not to that degree. Yeah, but
you were just a little boy. Stop that.
His leaving press conference is ingrained in my mind.
I might have picked that out, and my word for picking that out was soft. So that he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy, and not because of the incident. I just, in my football mind and experience, didn't think he was the right guy for Michigan, and I just called him soft. So, but I'm saying now, take your time, Michigan, and that take your time don't mean February. It might be next week or 2 weeks from now. But think about it. Don't just take a name because it's the name that's being tossed out there by the same old people every time a job becomes available. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and this goes all the way back to Don Canham, and you've heard this. I'm not discovering anything new here. These ADs going all the way back to Don Canham. They got the 5 names written down in case something like this happens. So, and the fact that, out on the street, they were saying that Kalen DeBoer was contacted. I mean, they had a little foresight. They knew what was on the horizon.
Right.
All they needed was confirmation, and that wasn't until that girl stepped forward. But apparently people were already contacted weeks ago because they had a little foresight. They knew what was going on. So right. I think they've been working on this for a while. And these guys, these names have bubbled to the surface for reasons, for strong reasons. These are gettable, now what I'm saying, either potentially elite coaches. And you might even want to argue that Kalen DeBoer is already considered an elite coach. But these other guys, potentially elite with our roster and our resources, right? And the fact that we're going to put somebody in there that knows what the hell he's doing and has his mind on football, well, our program's going to ascend to a different level than we've seen the last 2 years.
I almost forgot my point, Philly E, and that is, okay, I believe you got a very good, strong roster right now. So the key to keeping that roster together right now at this moment is not the coach, it's Bryce Underwood. I go to Bryce Underwood and I say, look, man, you're still all in. Help me keep this thing together. And I'm going to take my time and find the right coach that fits you guys that'll make this right. Now, if you take your time and you don't come up with the right coach, with the roster you have, and I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to hear this, but you can go 8-3 with Biff. You can go 8-3 with Biff and wait and get to.
These guys are an upgrade from Biff. And here's the thing: you got to bring one of these guys in, and I think any one of these guys is the right guy. And here's where I think you're kind of missing the point. You're talking about Bryce. I'm talking about the roster. This guy's going to have to come in next week, hopefully over the weekend, and the press conference is Monday, and he's going to have to come in and re-recruit not just every recruit, he's got to come in and re-recruit every freaking kid that's on our present day roster.
So Philly E, if you're being recruited, who would you want to be recruited by, the new coach or Bryce?
I hear what you're saying, but I think it goes well past him. Now, the guys that we're naming are all going to be good for Bryce anyway. I think Bryce is an easy sell. I really do. But that guy's got to come in there and like Bryce is not going to sell somebody's parents. He's just not. Right? This is not just about the kids. It's about the parents of these kids too.
I agree.
This guy's going to have to re-recruit everybody on that roster, and more importantly, their parents. We had that kid Olish, right? That ended up at Penn State. Not because he wanted to go to Penn State, because that's what his dad wants. That's what you're looking at right now. Right? You got to re-recruit everybody and their family, or at least their decision maker of their family.
I
This is well
agree.
beyond Bryce Underwood, well beyond him.
I think we're saying the same thing. My timeline is just a little different than yours. And my timeline
College
is
football is changing at warp speed to the point where it's in my DNA and your DNA to say exactly what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but college football is so different and it's changed. It's so volatile that you can't think like that. It's in your DNA to think like that. But time is not a luxury. We could have done this during the transition from
I will say, you know what makes
football is completely different.
Let him finish, Philly E. Go ahead.
I will say, you know what makes me wrong is not the timeline. What makes me wrong is that Michigan is a destination, unlike some other places. But if you're at Alabama, I think you're making a parallel move going to a Michigan.
Oh, I don't disagree with that, but here's two things. A, he's a better fit because this is kind of like, where you guys are is more of his area. I mean, he's a Dakota dude, right? He's a Midwest guy. Right? That's number one. Number two, you could say what you want about Alabama. They'll spend their last dollar on football, but the bottom is they don't have the money Michigan has.
And if you go 8-3 at Alabama, what makes you think you're going to go 12-0 at Michigan?
I like that. I like that. That makes some sense to me.
That's a good question. You know what? That's a good question. It's legit. I don't think he's a fit there. I just don't. And I don't know how many kids are actually buying into him there.
Okay.
There has been some rumors that it is a culture problem
not
there.
Philly E. Big Sweet, read that.
What it say? And that's the number 2 recruiting class. So there you go.
So
ladies and gentlemen, I am not against Kalen DeBoer. I'm just saying Michigan. Don't take Kalen DeBoer just because that's the hot name right now. And you know what? If there was a job at Cincinnati tomorrow, Kalen DeBoer's name gonna come. If there's a job at Oregon tomorrow, Kalen DeBoer. What's the boy at Arizona State?
No, Cincinnati. They're gonna look at his.
I'm just throwing out names. I'm just talking about the carousel of names, the musical chairs of names that are being presented each and every time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The bottom line is we're having this discussion today. This probably should have happened 2 years ago after he won the national. If Jim would have just, after the parade, said, nice knowing you, we could have had Kalen DeBoer, and we wouldn't be sitting here right now. We could have avoided this last 2 weeks. Could have avoided all of it.
He just,
I hear you. Guys, I am not against Kalen DeBoer.
He's not anti-Kalen DeBoer.
I am not anti-Kalen DeBoer.
I'm just saying, but
I'm discussing the process. That's what I'm discussing.
But I'm just saying, you got to. I mean, here's the thing. Here's where I'm kind of wondering why you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but damn, you got to at least come up with a name that we're not mentioning. Like they boiled this down to a handful of names, probably less than that. It's really 3. And by the way, it disappointed me that my man Jed's dead, man. Jed's dead. So.
I look, we're not gonna get into that.
I'm just saying.
I just want to say, I gave you your 10 minutes of fun. Now I gotta move on. I go take a break. But hey, appreciate it.
Thanks, Philly. You know I love you, man. I just
Hey, you listen. I look up to you, man. You're the man. Both you guys.
All right, talk to you.
Oh, by the way, can I throw this in real quick?
Sure.
The Lions are in deep doo-doo.
Yeah.
You're in deep
So
doo-doo.
you're saying,
and you know what?
Are you a yes or a
Laporta,
no man? Are you a yes or a
offensive
no?
line is not the same. No Laporta. Injuries on defense. They got no shot. That's
wow.
Laporta's a bigger injury than people are making it out to be.
Jamie tried to use the Tiger shots fired deal on us.
They make wait a minute. They make the playoffs and they just make it by the smallest, but they get in. They get in.
They get in, but they're not going to do damage.
They get in. They won't do damage, but they'll get in.
But real quickly, the window is not closed because if they not injured next year on the defensive side of the ball and they fortify that offensive line and you get back a Laporta, I don't see why you can't make a run next year. But they're going to have to. It's the whole difference.
Coach
is the
needs a different
line.
philosophy. Coach needs a whole different makeup in his mind. In his mind.
Well, I'm 100% with Sweet on that too. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, you guys do what you got to do. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Blue.
Thanks. Hey, Mustafa, what's up?
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Larry, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Mustafa.
Everything you ever said in these airways used to be gospel to me until
Don't tell that man that. Wait a minute.
I mean,
as
Larry,
he said,
I mean,
look at as he said, Mustafa. He doesn't understand the college football game yet, just yet. But he gonna get it. He's gonna understand it soon. That's what it is. I told him it's that NIL, and hey, that's
what I will say. College football every day is becoming more and more like professional football.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that, except for that transfer portal, they don't have free agent day in the NFL. They don't have free agent. I'm gonna jump into free agents right now. Like Jaden. I mean, like Jaden Daniels. Go. Hey, I think I'm gonna jump in the transfer portal. I'm feeling myself to go over to that place right now.
That is true. That is true. I can't dispute that one.
Because to me, Larry is living the best of lives. Retrieving in his beautiful Southern California. Inglewood, Englishwood, Westwood, Orange County, South Central LA. It's just nice out there, Larry. You don't know when you go to Larry. I have not seen the sun in over 2 months. It is doom and gloom over here. On top of that, you have this idiot, this aloof, selfish guy. Put all of us in some darker clouds. And you want us to stay down like that?
See,
I don't care who we get in. I just need something uplifting, something good.
See, vitamin D is good for you. Take more vitamin D.
Larry, I swear to God, man, I go around Ann Arbor, man. It seems different. It's just different, man. It's not like where you are right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, Jamie, I know you're my guy. If they don't do nothing and hand this job over to Biff Poggi for another year,
it's not going to. I swear to you.
I'm done for your show. You're not going to hear from me no more. I got nothing to say. I'm done.
Mustafa, if you keep that talent you have at Michigan right now, you can coach them and go 8-3.
They will not stay, Larry. They're not staying with I don't care what they say.
Mm-hmm.
We love Biff. He's not going to get them better. They know that. Did you see the way he coached against, Nebraska?
Right. I hear you.
He's not a football coach.
I think the key to that is Bryce.
I'm telling you, man, the worst thing they can do. Jamie, I know you know more than you're saying right now. You know a lot. You're not just saying it. Yesterday, you said, Jamie, you were on that plane in 2007 to West Virginia, right?
Yeah, going to get Beeline.
That means you know more than you're saying. Jamie, you are in the middle of everything. You know more than you're telling.
Jamie's the man. Jamie is the man.
Nobody, y'all need to stop that. Stop building that up.
I'm sure after the show is over with, you will go into Schumacher Hall with some start class meetings. I mean, you know more than you say. It doesn't. Let me tell you, man. You tell your guys the worst mistake they can make is the status coach. They can't do that. They cannot do that. You're gonna lose every single player that's worth a damn. They're gonna be out of here. So get us something, man. We can work with it. But right now, man, you see, Larry, I'm telling you, man, this place is not a good place right now. We are not in a good place. It's not. It's not good around here. It's not good.
Let me toss this out to you guys. If Michigan is a destination for coaches, isn't it a destination for players as well?
Yeah.
Yes and no. You need
less
a coach.
less than it is for coaches,
Right.
Because you're guaranteed like a
There's
maximum amount of time.
130
Yeah.
Division I schools,
Coaches.
right, Larry? You know that, right?
Players are,
Say that again, Mustafa.
Go ahead, Mustafa.
I said, players are young, and one thing they don't do well is being patient. Everybody thinks they're better than who they are.
And players, their
They wanna put in the
destination is the
league.
NFL.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The
Thanks,
ultimate
Bobby. Their
destination.
is the
Yes.
NFL.
Can you get me in the
You
league?
know, Mark,
Right.
How quick
Jimmy
can you get
almost
me in the
started.
league?
yes, whoever they believe can get them to the league. That's who they love. They don't love nobody. They don't love no Biff Fuji or anybody like that. They don't care about them. They
And
wanna
right
get to the
now-
league. That's
Right
all.
now, the magnet to all of that is Bryce. Bryce is the magnet. Bryce is the magnet that keeps guys in place, that keep guys from going. And
After next year, if he balls out, he could maybe be that magnet. But as just a very good freshman who didn't have like some generational freshman year, I don't know if he's that strong.
Until he's replaced, he is the future of Michigan football.
That's true.
Yeah,
he is
but
the face of Michigan
100%.
football.
I agree with you, but I don't think he was quite as otherworldly as a player being a magnet would have to be. So
I know that you must be up against it, Jamie. I want to tell one last thing.
Yeah, go
Larry,
ahead, bro. Go ahead. You got
You
time.
are living a different time zone, three hours away. Reality is different. You don't know what we're going through around here, Larry.
I keep him up to date. I send stuff to him all the time. I do. Ask him. I send him stuff all the time.
That's true. That
Jimmy
is true.
constantly sends us stuff from articles that we can't view because we don't have a subscription.
I'm sorry. I tried.
And then bottom lines, man. I mean, I think they can get in, but that's about it.
Oof.
You know,
no game.
that is good because Jamie is Mr. Michigan, and I am not the Michigan authority. So I do a good job of counter and making you think, at least instead of going it's good to be a Michigan Wolverine and take everything that's being said without thinking.
Jake, is that you?
Hey, and now, hey, Larry, Jamie, and Bobby, I have one question to ask if I walk away. It is okay to not call Sean Moore Coach Moore anymore.
You don't have to call him Coach Moore.
I hit it last night, when the university president came out and called him Coach Moore.
He back to homeboy status.
He doesn't deserve that title.
He's Coach No More.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Bobby.
Shots fired.
Bobby, thank you. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Drive safe. Be good, Mustafa. Talk to you. We got to go to a break. Hadley, hold on. We got to go to a break. Hey, are the Lions going to make the playoffs? I think so. I don't think Big Sweet has answered his yet. I know Bobby said, oh, no.
I think that
Did we change his mind? I think
I'm wishy-washy today, Jamie. I don't know what.
We gotta go to break. I'll
I'll
set on the backside.
All right. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. I think I'm going up to Frankenmuth these next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That should be nice
I
this
like
time of year.
Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth is a good place to go to. I think
That
I'm
should be
going up
nice
to
this time
Frankenmuth.
of year. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a water. My boy got the water park. They got the water park up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That'd be
Oh.
good for CJ.
Yeah, it's just me and Siege going too. He ain't taking mommy.
All right.
I need a vacation from you too. I said, okay, that's
All
good.
right. Yeah.
Little boys trip.
Exactly. She
You
said,
got a connection there too, right? Don't you?
yeah. John Shelton, my boy John Shelton, he'll take care of it. Stay up there 3 days. That'll be good.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, they did have some empty seats at the Poly last night, dog.
Yeah.
You didn't have good attendance last night. You know
I
that,
didn't.
right?
No.
Yeah, it's some bad attendance right there. No, but what time when the game when they start playing, they're not playing bad, right? They got a good schedule. Good record, right?
Yeah.
UCLA?
They're starting off okay right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Nick Cronin, he ain't in the news. He ain't
No.
saying everybody sucks and everything
Just
that.
hold on and wait.
I'm just saying, last year he went crazy. He went really crazy.
You remember the name Larry Farmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Larry are still tight. I'm gonna introduce you to Larry. You love Larry Farmer. He's a
that'd
great
be
dude.
good.
Yeah, he good dude, man. He's a good dude.
I'm just saying.
Larry was on the championship teams back in the day. Then he was a coach.
Touche, Bobby. What did you say, Bobby?
Touche.
Eric's watching us. Obviously, Philly E is watching us, I'm saying.
Touche. I don't even know what I said.
I don't know what you said either. But he said
Coach no more, but that's not a touche kind of thing.
He said thanks. Yeah, he liked that though. Thanks. It says thanks, fellas. Ask Sweet about them empty seats at the Poly Pavilion last night. Please. So I'm asking you, because I'm not on the. I'm on the 13 people see us, but hey, that's okay.
Yeah, UCLA basketball is not what it. Neither UCLA football or basketball is not what it is.
Well, not yet.
Not what it was.
It could come around.
Yeah, the basketball has a better chance than football, and we'll see. Hopefully, what's our new coach will have the same effect that what's the name had at Indiana.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you this: when Juwan had bad game, he had bad season. He had to go. Ward got rid of him too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's interesting. I'm gonna say that. Interesting.
I think sometimes people forget, when these guys become coaches, that they were once competitive athletes at one time too.
Juwan was a Fab Fiver. He was one of the great ones. He did good.
So you can't.
He did good with Beeline's teams.
And nowadays fans sometimes cross the line. I ain't saying you never, just a fan. No,
you're right. No, you're right. I amen to that, brother.
All right.
Happy holidays and enjoy your time off. Go Blue. All right, Tim. You too, brother, man. All I'm saying is, welcome back to the M Zone. Big Sweet looking at that music going, what the hell is that?
Big Sweet is lost. I'm in the Twilight Zone.
What are you playing, Bobby? Tell him what you playing.
It's some Drake out here.
It's Drake.
Okay.
It's
all right.
Drake. It's just Drake. That's all.
Man, I can't get no Earth, Wind and Fire, Frankie Beverly and Mays or nothing.
He gave you some songs.
He did. He gave me some Curtis Mayfield earlier.
He did some Curtis Mayfield. I mean,
I couldn't go through all the files today, Sweet. I came in a little late today.
He didn't give you push it.
I'm gonna give you. What format? What format? I'm gonna send you a playlist, and so you can take care of the old folks like me, and get us. We might draw in. We might draw in the grandpa crowd, man. Who knows?
Hell yeah.
734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. What are you doing there, Hadley?
I'm ready to take a double shot of whiskey after this discussion the last few days. Oh.
Hey, he's here. You're here. Here you go.
Yeah, I heard Hadley was another one. Philly E and Hadley both wanted to have they had a beef with me or something.
No, Larry, I'm not going to blast you, okay?
All right.
Philly E did enough of that. So I'm not going to. I'm not here to blast you. I just had a general question.
Okay.
So you mentioned about in the NFL, of course, and you did say something about maybe going after an NFL coach, but then again, it's like Philly E pointed out. If we cannot talk to any coaches until the season's over, regardless. Is that correct? Or not.
That's correct.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
You're correct.
Now, and that goes for assistant coaches and everything else, right? Every coach.
You can send the team an acknowledgement that as soon as the window is open, you can
send a request.
Yeah.
But they have to wait till the season's over to talk to them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, Larry, it's like Philly said, if this recruiting period coming up wasn't so close, I could see maybe going that route. You guys could have done that with the UCLA coach, but you found your man. You could have waited until the end of the season.
Yes, that's true. True. And my response is that. Go ahead.
Did UCLA ever consider that?
Yes.
Or did they have a man already in mind?
But the other thing, I'm not saying that the names that we're tossing around or anything are not the right names. I'm just saying, just please make sure you vet and you take the time to do the process. I'm talking more so about the process than the names. Don't just go off of names because the media says, Galen DeBoer is the and whomever, they're playing musical chairs with the same 3 or 4 names instead of, maybe taking the time and doing a little search. And when I say time, I'm not talking about February, March or nothing like that, but, maybe round the clock right now, 24 hours as much as possible to dissect and come up with who was perfect for Michigan so that you don't go through this 2 or 3 years from now when the guy goes 8-3 and now the Michigan fan base is ready to fire him because he's 8-3. And now not only are you have to fire the guy, you got some astronomical buyout because he went for the name. That's all I'm saying. That's all. To
you guys' knowledge, has a college football team at the end of their season ever waited until the NFL was done and gone after either a coach that's still coaching, regardless if they're in the playoffs or not, and hired them?
Yeah. I say yes. Let me think about it. I have to think about it, but that has happened before. And I'm not saying it's an NFL coach. I'm not saying an NFL coach is your answer. I'm not saying a proven coach like Alabama's coach Galen is not your answer. I'm not riding anyone's train. I'm talking about the process. Just make sure you thoroughly vet your I'll give you a story real quick, Hadley. Back in the day, years ago, the Pittsburgh Steelers were looking for a head coach. Kevin Colbert, the outgoing Pittsburgh Steelers general manager, and I were damn near best friends during that time. I worked for and with Kevin at the Lions. Kevin became the general. So he was looking for a head coach. And I was not a part of the search committee or anything in any official way. But because I was a friend of Kevin's, Kevin would run by me various names that he's interviewing and talking about. And when he got to Mike Tomlin, I said, Kevin, I'm not telling you that you have to hire a brother. I would never say that. I said, but at the end of your criteria, whatever your criteria or whatever your prerequisites are, go through the process. And if an African American happens to answer them and to your liking, then don't be afraid to pull the trigger. And I'm not advocating for any African American right now or nothing. I'm talking about the process. And so Kevin ended up hiring Mike Tomlin. Here we are 18 years later, a Super Bowl, and a pretty dang on good, probably Hall of Fame coach out of Mike Tomlin, because Kevin did not rush the process and took his time, and he thought outside of the box, as far as hiring an African-American, but he did, he followed his prerequisites. He followed his own mindset of what he thought would be a good Pittsburgh Steelers coach. And here we are 18 years later with the right coach in Pittsburgh, having had the right. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about the process, guys. I'm not talking about the guy.
I know, and I agree with you about the NFL. That's a good route to go if you have the time to do it, but we don't have the time to do it just because of this stupid portal on January 2nd and about all these recruits and everything else. That's why Michigan pretty much has to make a decision. Look how quickly they hired, and I hate to bring up this name, but look how fast they hired Rich Rod. Look how fast they hired Jim Harbaugh. Look how fast they hired probably even Brady Hoke. You know,
right.
They all did it in less than a month.
Right,
And
right.
There was no portal then. There was no. Now, the only thing you had to worry about was the recruits.
And the only one out of that group that brought you a championship was Harbaugh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. And that's a blessing right there in disguise. You know, I think just offhand, I think if Rich Rod had been given a few more years, since Dave Brandon was the worst athletic director ever, if he had been given a few more years, I think he could have turned that team around. Really, and brought them maybe a Big Ten championship.
I can't answer that. Jamie would have to answer
I'm
that.
not answering that. That's anyway. Hadley.
I know. Anyway, on to the Lions. Just a real quick scenario for me. Does this game tonight have anything to do with the Lions?
I mean, kind of.
Yes, Hadley, it does.
Yes, it's going to affect the wild card position, because if either one, the Rams are more than one of them's going to win the division and one of them's going to be a wild card.
Yeah, they're pretty much guaranteed for a wild card spot unless they lose out and the NFC North wins out, which I don't even know if that's possible. I think they are both guaranteed to at least hit the wild card at this point.
How many wild card teams are there?
2. I think the NFC North and the NFC West are going to have both wild card teams.
Yes, yeah. Either
and right now, it's like 4. Lions are going up against at least 4 or 5 teams for a wild card. Then, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, all right. Then we just got to do a lot of scoreboard watching and just see what the Lions can do. And what's the deal with Joseph? Is he?
We were talking about that with Nick. No word on him yet. I'm not expecting him in our next game.
I don't think you're going to see him. Hadley, I got to go. I got somebody else on the other line.
Right on. All right, guys.
Thanks. 734-908-1050. Probably the last call of the day. Hey, Mark Dodson. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up? I jumped in the middle of a conversation when you were talking about somebody can't talk to somebody until the season is over. What were you talking about?
That's NFL coaches trying to potentially talk to them about coming to a college program.
Team.
Just the way that NFL coaching contracts works, they're not allowed to negotiate until after the season's over.
I didn't know that.
Well, they do. They don't.
Portal. Not the portal. You weren't talking about college players?
No, we're not talking about college players. We're talking about college. We're talking about pro coaches.
And what pro coach left the pros to go to college?
Oh, Harbaugh did.
Other than ones that got fired.
I can't think of one offhand, Mark.
I can't either. But you know what?
You want to give me one?
The fire part is irrelevant because every coach is going to eventually get fired.
No, that's not what I said. I said, what coach has ever left the pros to come to college that hasn't been fired first? In other words, said, I'm going to leave my pro job. I'm going to go to college.
I don't think I know of one. I can't call them off.
You won't find one.
Okay.
That got fired. That got fired from the pros that went to college.
No, what person has gone from a pro job to a college job that was not forced to take a college job because they were fired from the pros and couldn't get another NFL job?
Or they just left the pro scene and went to college.
To go to college, yeah.
Right.
Nobody does that.
Coaches aren't dropping. I was thinking maybe a coordinator if it's a big pay bump and they, they're head coach now just because of some of these blue blood colleges.
That's even shaky too, because if you're a good coordinator, you think you can be a pro coach, head coach. So they don't have the only ones that have jumped. Rule left.
Rule left. He got fired. Yeah, he got fired by
and Jim Harbaugh got fired.
Yep, he got fired too.
Yep. They don't. If they can dabble in the pros, they stay there. And any college coach,
that's where the money is.
Some of the money, but it ain't just money; it's lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Foote told me. He laughed at me. I said, "You ever think about being a defensive coordinator? In college?" He went, "Oh no, my wife would kill me."
We like the offseason.
Exactly, my wife would kill me. I can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You didn't want me to get. You want me to get beat up.
What did y'all make of the president? I guess the interim president's statement
about the athletic department being under investigation
for improper relationships, a witch hunt for a hunt. I won't call it a witch hunt. A hunt for improper relationships.
Well, they want to go around and ask people, have you been... I mean, that's fine, Mark.
Vows to leave no stone unturned.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
That's fine, but I mean, if there was a problem, I think people would have came out. I'm just saying.
He has to be proactive and say something and do something.
Was he similarly proactive after Schlissel?
No, they weren't.
Were they similarly proactive after Provost Phil? What's his name?
No, Phil. I forgot his name, Mark, but I know who you're talking about. The provost,
Filbert.
Yeah.
No,
they weren't.
What's different?
The difference is it's not the athletic department. That's the difference.
Why the hunt?
What are you saying, Mark? He shouldn't do it, or don't have to do it?
No. If you're gonna do it, you do it all the time. That's all I'm saying. If you don't treat anybody disparately, then you would. I'm okay with him saying we're gonna take.
Well, that's So the statement was: make no mistake, we will leave no stone unturned, and any further action we take will be based on credible evidence and findings developed through a rigorous investigation. If the university learns of any information through this investigation or otherwise that warrants the termination of any employee, we will act swiftly, just as we did in the case of Coach Moore.
Okay, yeah, I get it. We expect you to act different. We expect now it's on your radar. You got it on your radar. Okay, you got it on the radar.
We're hiring investigators for everybody now.
Exactly,
okay.
It's fine. I mean,
well, we've had it on the radar before.
I got that. I know it should have been on the radar when Schlissel was doing it. Right? It should have been there. It should have stayed there. They should have kept the bright light on.
I don't know. Look. I kind of doubt, except for optical. If this thing hadn't blown up the way it did, I don't think these public folks would be making these kind of public statements or representations. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
I can understand entirely why somebody might say, Sissel, you are a one-off. I'm not going to jump into the business of all the people that teach at the University of Michigan just because of you. I can see them saying, Filbert, you're a one-off. We're not going to jump into everybody who potentially is in a position of authority just because of you. This is interesting to me. And the other point, y'all do realize that Jenner Block is the entity that is responsible for conducting the investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that also Jenner Block conducted the prior investigation.
Yeah, into Ono,
right?
the past president. Correct.
No.
Oh.
No.
Into Moore.
The first. Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah.
And you know what their conclusion was?
They didn't find a conclusion. They didn't find any evidence. They
they
didn't
reached
find
the
any
conclusion.
evidence, right?
I see where you're going with this, Mark.
Anything improper. What'd you say?
I see where you're going with this.
You got to get there quick.
Okay.
We got 2 minutes, brother.
I'm done.
Okay.
You can pick it up. You can pick it up, Big Sweet. I'll listen. All right, guys. Have a good Thursday.
So
Look
Mark,
forward to your
what
show
Mark
tomorrow.
is trying to say is okay, you didn't have any evidence, or you didn't find any wrongdoing, and then all of a sudden credible evidence came out.
Right.
There was no public evidence.
If she doesn't do what she does, she gave the evidence.
Then there is still no public evidence,
Exactly.
and a lot of this doesn't happen.
And
Yeah.
I think Mark is talking about the competency of the agency.
Well, you can't. You didn't find anything.
I understand.
Stop
that
right
point.
there. You didn't find anything. Okay, so Mark is saying it's the same agency. I think Mark is saying it's the same agency.
In the
So
first,
if they were negligent,
they did it. They didn't.
If they were
find it.
negligent the first time, they might be negligent this
Yeah,
time.
I get that. It was they got that sort of credibility because they successfully found this stuff on
No,
the original president.
They successful because the staffer.
No, I meant
supplied it.
the fact that they were the ones that
But
found on
if
the
she
first
had not
person.
come out,
Yeah.
would it be
Yeah.
status quo? Would Sharon still be the coach?
Well,
I mean,
technically,
maybe. Who knows?
I think you
Woulda,
would
coulda,
be.
shoulda.
I see where Mark's going.
I
with
know
this.
what Mark's doing. I know exactly what Mark's doing. Everybody knows what Mark is doing. And if you don't know, tune in tomorrow and ask me. I'll tell you what he's doing. Because I ain't got time this time. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. All right, boys.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna watch this game tonight. Give me some popcorn.
Yeah,
Ooh, baby. It's a
What
spicy
game?
one.
What game? What night? What you watching?
Seattle Rams tonight.
Oh, you had me scared. I thought we was talking about the
What?
Bama,
Oklahoma,
OKU
Bama.
is.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah,
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. I was like, boy,
Hey,
that's
Hey, when you get your days straight
Tomorrow
this
is
week.
Friday.
tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's
I got
Friday.
It. I got it. Tomorrow's Friday. I got it.
All right.
I said I was sorry.
All right, man. See y'all tomorrow.
Talk
See
to
you,
you.
Lee. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.